Good evening, Mega City. There are giants in the sky. Big, great giants in the sky. Welcome to the Brockton Bay Book Club. I'm your
Welcome.
host, Alan. Joining me, we also have our producer, Michael,
Hello.
a fellow book reading co host, Jacob.
Yellow.
Joining us live from Mega City, we have Nick.
Hello there. It's pretty rough out here, Alan. Just giants wandering everywhere. Nothing like being at crotch height for something that big, let me tell you.
I bet it's swinging low, sweet chariot. And like a poorly raised Victorian child, not seen but heard, Hannah.
It's me. Here. A poor Victorian child.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We are reading through Ward by J.C. McCrae. If you want to join along, we do this every week. And today we'll be reading the first half of Arc 17 of Ward. Very exciting. We are always happy to have those of you who join us live every other week. But for those of you who are listening via audio or just watching video later on, thank you so much. It's nice to have people reading along with us. So, to begin, yes, thank you, J-Man and Tree T, for being here. We appreciate it. And let's get started. If you also, other things I'm rambling on. If you want to play bingo with us, we have bingo in the description. Which you can play live and you can contribute to in our Patreon, which you can join for as little as $1 a month. Highly suggested, especially since I have plans for a Wormnesia game show that I'm excited to play.
Hey.
And guess what? You don't get to see it if you're not a patron.
Wow. Way to exclude
There you go.
people, Alan. That sounds so mean.
I'll exclude everybody. I'll make this for myself. I don't care.
Heard it here first, folks.
I'll do it again.
Alan will exclude everyone.
You'll do it.
Unless you're a patron. And then you get all kinds of fun goodies.
Yeah. See, some of you probably don't even know. Nick, what are you wearing?
Ah, yes. I've got you can see it.
Describe it.
That is
Describe
a-
it for the
For the audio listeners, I am wearing a classic T-shirt. It is a Goodwill treasure find.
What color is the t-shirt?
It is
Nick?
it is a black gray-ish, like a dark black, like
Athletic-y
blackish, but-
material?
Yeah, athletic-y, not quite athletic-y, classic, but soft T-shirt
Like cotton?
material.
You think 100% cotton,
Cottony,
maybe?
probably cotton. And it's got a nice
95%?
image on the front. It's got
I barely
a,
noticed.
a crisp image of Dr. Phil as the green M&M.
Does Dr. Phil as the green M&M look very much like yourself, Nick?
What?
You know, some would say that I too have identified as the sexiest of candy.
Yeah. Also, just the way he has his hands right in front of him, you know, going back to the Giants, looks like he's just covering the fact that he is not wearing anything.
No
His
pants.
hands clasped firmly at
None
waist level.
whatsoever.
There you go.
I'd also like to clarify once again that this is the hands clasped is with the lack of pants is on the t-shirt, not Nick. Nick is wearing pants for
Right.
the podcast. today.
Whoa, well, okay.
Unconfirmed,
I mean-
but
We don't know that.
To be fair.
And Nick, stand
We
up.
don't know.
I'm
Stand
sorry.
up
I
right-
was
stand up right
trying
now.
to defend Nick. I will do so no longer.
Yeah, Nick, go ahead, just stand up for us.
Do I need to do like a
no.
little spin around for the camera?
Yeah.
Hang on.
You know what? I'm not gonna say no to a spin around for the camera.
Do a little twirl.
Oh, my!
Oh.
What is
oh.
happening?
Blue
Audio
jeans.
listeners, he
Holy
decided to
sorry.
do some hip thrusts up in
Good
order to
God.
demonstrate that he was in fact wearing pants. Which is
There you go.
crazy because he was doing this on the streets of the mega city. So
true.
I'm sure all the people fleeing the Giants had a nice show to see on the way. Beefaroni, thank you for joining us. It's been a while since we've seen you. We're glad to have you back. But yeah, first part of Arc 17. How about that? let's get some initial thoughts. Hannah, like the ghost of podcast past you are, I can hear your gentle whisperings over the wind. Why don't you give us your thoughts?
I actually have some very mixed thoughts for this first half. There are definitely sections that I felt like I was leaning in, very interested to see what happens next. And then there were sections that I felt were quite slow and boring. And just found myself, waiting to get to the more interesting parts. Overall, I mean, I feel like we are moving in a direction that I like, especially with that ending. Wow. We're happy to get to
The
it.
finish,
We're
you might
happy to
say.
get
A happy ending?
that finish, a happy ending, if you will. Yeah. I think we're finally getting into that nitty gritty that I care so much about. But there was, yeah, there's just a lot of things happening. So I feel a little torn as a general feeling towards these chapters. But I do like that we're finally getting down into the meat and potatoes of this story. It feels like we've kind of been floating for so long. So I'm feeling good. I'm excited to hear y'all's thoughts on this and to talk through some more details. So I feel like there were definitely sections where I was like, am I missing something? I feel like they're trying to make this conversation out to be really important, and I don't get what's so important about it. So it's like, okay, well, whatever. So I'm looking forward to talking about it with you guys today.
Let's go.
Yeah. We feel that. Nick.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you there, Hannah, on kind of the ups and downs where I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This is far less interesting. This is a cool character moment. Okay, now it's boring again. Like it feels like we
Yep.
have like punctuated really interesting or good moments, either character moments, conversations, lore bits, and then it's just kind of punctuated with I don't know, a lot of waiting. It feels like the catchphrase "hurry up and wait," where it's like
Mhm.
there's just a lot of like, oh, something big's about to happen. Okay, now we just gotta wait. I don't know. Pros and cons, but definitely some interesting moments here that are worth talking about for sure.
Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, I think I'm in a kind of an alignment here. Sections where I'm locked in, sections where I'm not. Up and down, back and forth. Some interesting plot choices that were made that I know we'll get into. So I'm curious what everyone's thinking.
Yeah. It does to add on to that too. It does feel like these are the kind of chapters where like the people who read way between the lines to find out like all the hints and drops that Wildbow is making about what's going to come or what's going to happen. These feel like those chapters where if I'd had like hours to comb through them, I'd be like, "Oh, but you see where he'd said this is implying this, and if you connect it back to something back in 11.2 and in 6.12, and it's like, okay, you know."
Yeah.
It felt like those kind of chapters. Not in a bad way either, just like there's a lot going on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. There's some parts, and yet I've blocked out a lot of the boring parts in my head because it did the little ripple of like interesting, boring, interesting, boring. I feel like there were more high notes for me with the interesting stuff. I definitely blew through some of the chapters where I was like, all right, now for chapter 4, and I was like finishing chapter 6. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize I'd started 2 other chapters in the meantime because it just kind of like went by. I was locked in, I guess. But yeah, it's emblematic of Wildbow writing where some of it's the most hard-hitting character dialogue you've ever had, and it's super interesting and can be abstract, and then all of that same stuff just dips into esoteric, and you're like, all right, this is really we could have done a fade to black and transitioned to some other scene for this. It's boring. But yeah. That being said, let's go ahead and dig into this. Nick, kick us off.
Alrighty, 17.1. Defiant choose out the team individually. Breakthrough and most of the others agree to cooperate with the wardens. And Victoria confronts her mother about manpower. Which okay, whoever wrote these summaries, why you gotta throw in his code name at the end? Like what's his name?
Because it's
Neil?
sluttier.
Name Neil? I guess I mean yeah.
It is a lot sluttier.
Manpower. Anyways, we'll get to that at the end. This I can't decide if this felt like cop defiant or dad defiant moments. I think it kind of depended on who he was talking to, where it felt more cop or more dad. But particularly the dad moment felt like when Dragon like took over Kinsey's stuff and was like shutting everything down, and he's like, "All right, everybody, listen to me." Victoria's like, "You need to talk to Kinsey." And he's like, "All right, Kinsey, let me clarify. What do you mean? Please stop everything you're doing."
Yeah, pull the cameras out of your eyes.
Turn off your constant stream to Twitter where you're constantly
Right.
live tweeting everything happening. So
Yeah.
Kenzie cracks me up.
Yeah.
She has a line in this chapter where Defiant says something to the effect of like, are you still recording or something? And I'm butchering it, but he gives the answer is like, well, not anymore, or something like that. It's just great. It's just like classic Kinsey.
I love the are you still in contact with your computers after I told you to not have contact with your computers? And she's like, well, I have sensors in my eyes. And does that count? He's like, no contact with your computers. It's just great. I love it. He's such a dad.
Man.
He's such a dad there.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I want more dad moments from him.
Mom and
Why does it
definitely
feel
mom and dad Defiant and Dragon.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
It feels like Defiant's best piece of tinker tech is his lie detector.
Yes.
It
So
really
handy.
does.
He's
It's
got the
his
most
lie
mileage out
detector
of that.
and a sharp stick. Like, oh, you're lying, you get the sharp stick.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fantastic. But what I love is how it works is it's the part of it is like a confidence thing, right? So when Dragon's talking to Victoria
Yeah.
about it, and she's like, what does she say? She's like, I am Victoria Dallin, and Dragon's like, ooh, not too confident on that one.
Oh,
Versus like,
Yeah.
I want to protect the city. It's like, okay, yeah, that's 100%. Okay, good. I'm glad we
Yeah.
have a good baseline.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Especially, I feel like Victoria says it a couple of times in these chapters. The whole being made of cats and dogs and other things. It makes that line of like, I am Victoria Dallin hit even harder.
Hmm.
Just like,
Mhm.
girl does not even believe she is herself. Like, whew.
Yeah.
Damn,
snips and
Vic.
snails and puppy dog tails.
Blech.
For reals. Yeah. But part of it seems like, and this is maybe interpolating from the future chapters, but part of the reason for that is because she's way more in tune with her agent now, or the wretch at
Yeah.
least.
Yes.
So she's like,
Yeah.
that lack of confidence in part comes from her fractured identity as Glory Girl, Antares, Victoria, Wretch, just all being a part of who she is and that confusion that comes with it.
Has it been explained? Is this Warmnesia? Who knows? I can't remember. Is like having a second trigger or something like that, or multiple triggers, is that just the shard or the agent just taking more control over the person? Is there a correlation there, or am I just not remembering
So,
something
from
correctly?
what I understand, the second trigger is a quick adaptation of their powers to the person. So, there's that adaptation of the power to the situation, to the person's personality and mental state at the point that, they trigger. That's all
Right.
connected, and it kind of molds to that. But there is more power going on there. It just molds to with that situation and the mindset. A second trigger is essentially that getting more power um, by needing it, sort of. So when you talk about Gru, like Gru is, in the meat locker or whatnot.
Mhm.
They, he second triggers because he needs the power again. And in his physical state at the time, he wasn't capable of using the power, and the power wants to get used. Um, so oftentimes that they talk about having the second trigger events all in a row, that can happen all at once, or that people probably just slowly develop powers over time. Um, the power creep of like, oh, I figured this out. I've gotten more in tune with it. That's just Weaver, all of a sudden, like being able to like, oh, I can also hear and talk through my bugs and sort of see if I've got enough information. Um, so I think those are your two options: or getting it all at once, or just developing it over time.
Okay.
Interesting.
It does feel like her connection or her wretch is getting stronger, or she's got more
yeah.
control over it.
And
for
it's
sure.
Oh yeah.
it's hard to know, right? Because all the second triggers we've seen have been quick, momentary adaptations, like the Gru one.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised though if you could almost classify her transformation as a second trigger, just in the sense that the wretch and her power adapted to her new state, and so it gives
Yeah.
her now a different ability, different control, different powers in a sense. It's not so tightly bound to just her, right? She's got now this force field that can grab and attack that way. So it's like almost it's like a 1.5 trigger.
Yeah, I wonder if we could, if if there's a difference between like triggering, if a second trigger has people have the vision, because I don't know if we got that
They
with
did
Gru's
it.
second
They didn't
trigger.
have the vision. No, I don't know. They didn't have the flat. I don't. Well,
I feel
I
like they
that
don't
is a
did.
great
remember.
question.
I
Somebody
don't
somebody in the
remember.
chat let us know if they had the trigger vision.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, Fran says I
Um.
think the second triggers also come with trigger visions.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Because
I think that you know what that was part of it, right? Because Gru stunned somebody and got their
yes.
healing power because of the trigger
Yeah.
vision.
yeah, maybe.
Yes, I
Um.
think
Maybe.
so.
Yeah.
But the big thing that I remember is we also have somebody who has an adapted power like that, which is Elijah, our Valfor, who, having lost
Yeah.
his
Right.
eyes, which was the thing that he needed to
Yes.
do
Yeah.
to, hypnotize people, he now can just do it auditorily.
God, I had no idea who you were talking about when you gave his legal
Yeah.
name like that.
I was like,
Yeah.
who
Just
is
outed his
that?
government name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. We'd
Yeah.
have had adaptations like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Okay, Beefroni says Scion made someone's second trigger, and through that vision, made everyone see how hopeless it was to fight against them because of how large. Okay, all right,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. So the second triggers do come with those visions.
Yeah.
Interesting.
go.
This
Interesting.
is why we love the chat.
Chat comes in clutch
Yeah,
every
we
time.
can keep him around for another episode, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so this is kind of an interesting. Then we get the deal from Defiant where he's like, basically, we can either treat you as hostiles and withdraw support from you, and you can keep doing whatever you want, or you can promise to cooperate with us, and we'll, continue to work with you, but kind of take you and your stuff captive, so to speak, for a bit to keep an eye on you.
Mhm.
And thank goodness they decided to cooperate with the wardens. Come like, okay, that's obviously the right choice here, right?
Yeah.
And I was really afraid they'd be
Yeah.
like, no, we're gonna do our own thing. We'll figure this out and just keep screwing everything up.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna split the party. Like I thought they were gonna have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tenders basically as a way for Kenzie to keep her tech. But I'm kind that the little moment there with, because Kenzie's like, I don't know, what do I do? And Tattletale's like, well, if you did split, then you could keep your tech because otherwise they're going to take it away from you. And, Kenzie kind of looks at Victoria, but Victoria doesn't say anything. And she's like, yeah, I'm not going to say it for her. I'm not going to make her decisions for her. And Tattletale's like, yeah, but you shouldn't do that. Victoria's like, God damn it. God damn it. Tattletale, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I just thought that was great.
At the same time, I can appreciate Victoria's perspective of like, let Kinsey make her own decisions, but also maybe this isn't the right time. You let your kids
Yeah.
make their own decisions with like small things first. This
Yeah.
doesn't feel
Sure.
like the time to let Kinsey make
No,
her
it's
own
not
decisions.
small potatoes.
Right.
So, yeah.
Nick goes full
Do
dad
we
in the
think,
chat. Do we just get one of those for the bingo? What?
Do we?
Yeah,
Do
actually.
we?
That feels like a dad moment.
Does it? Okay. I was going to say Tattletale feels like Tattletale would absolutely be a helicopter mom. I think because she
I think
would know
she'd be-
too much.
Should be everybody's helicopter
Yeah.
mom.
Exactly.
Like it's one of those cargo helicopters. Just
The Chinooks or the
Yeah.
Sky Crane.
Exactly.
I was gonna ask, who do we think Victoria's real daddy is?
Mm.
I'm gonna go
Well,
with Annalise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, answered in point 6, of course.
Oh my god.
Nice.
that kind of-
I mean, I don't know. I feel like her mom was pretty like, okay. Brain injury Carol isn't great at lying. I don't think.
Mhm.
And I think that I think that the fact that she says like for a minute there we didn't know, but we do know now.
Mhm.
Like the fact that she admitted that. If she had been like, no, he's not, and then never elaborated, then I would have a bit more suspicions. But because when she gets asked point blank, she she breaks down and she's like we didn't know, but no, Mark is your father. Like I think Mark is, but man,
How do they
it
know?
certainly is messy.
How
Like
do they really know?
how do they
Yeah.
really know? And like, how many people knew about? Like, my only thought is you take a paternity test, or you talk to a thinker who can know these kinds of things.
Tattletale.
Yeah.
Which is also
Yeah.
for sure, but
But yeah, but like
Mhm.
it makes me wonder like how many people were involved in the knowing of if Mark was her father or not. Like, how many people were included in that conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I give Carol the benefit in the sense, like you said, of she is brain damaged and can't lie as well. But
Yeah.
she doesn't quite admit it until Victoria's about to, like at the very end. She's like, "Mark is your dad."
Yeah.
Like a very quick
Yes.
concession at the end, and it felt maybe
Mhm.
like that's just what she's been telling herself so long. She believes it. I'm still kind of
Mhm.
conspiracy theory minded in the sense of like, no, Victoria's definitely Manpower is definitely her dad. Like I'm almost
Mm.
100% sure of that. But it's the lie that we tell ourselves that matters, right? The lie that we believe
Right.
that matters
Yeah.
in a way, and so I mean, it doesn't really matter ultimately. I just think it's fun to ponder.
Oh yeah. I mean, he did. So like, there's no resolution
Yeah.
there, unfortunately.
And
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
and this is we're talking about Aunt Sarah's husband, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
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 Who they're about to
Also,
go
as
to.
Fran points out, if it's true, then Victoria's shard was just shit talking Mark.
Yeah. Mother, man who raised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ah.
Also,
Damn.
Nick, I'm either about to be, I'm sorry, Jacob. I'm about to either get this or struggle along with you in Wordle.
Wow.
Which is it going to be?
Alan.
He's playing
Oh
Wordle.
no.
Nice.
Kick him.
Oh damn it.
Kick him off the
Wordle on stream.
podcast.
God dang it.
Kick him
I
off the
saw it was over
podcast.
there. I just had to.
Send him
Just had to do
out.
it.
Nah, he
Very
gone.
upset.
So I Beefaroni says fun Carol fact in her interlude in Worm where we see Amy go to the birdcage. Carol states that Mark pressured her into having Victoria. She also says she caved and had Victoria. So there is
Mm.
yeah, so I guess then that
Interesting.
question would be like if Carol didn't really want kids, would she knowing that Mark really wanted kids and they're like trying for a kid, you know?
Yeah.
Then would she also actively be cheating during that period, I guess maybe? Would be the question. But yeah. Who
How
knows?
messy.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Messy.
Very
Messy.
messy.
Also, isn't it great that you can just tell people in subtle terms that you're raw dogging it with your spouse to have a child? Isn't that just
Yeah.
what a beautiful thing language is?
We're trying to
Well,
have
we're
kids.
we're trying. We're trying to have.
Yeah,
we're
we're
so
trying.
man, sir, are trying. Like, oh, thank you for that mental image. I really didn't need that. I mean, good for you for having lots of sex. Like, what is the proper? Okay, real though, like real talk. What is the proper response to that when someone tells you they're trying to have a baby? Do you just like giggle softly to yourself and go, or do you
just-
like?
We don't kink shame. That's what you say.
Yeah.
But we do kink
Yeah.
judge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can ask nice, polite questions like, "So how's the nut?" and
Yeah.
and how long
this-
have you been
how much-
trying?
How much volume
Oh.
are we talking?
What's the swim
Yeah.
count? You know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god!
it. Michael
Okay,
knows. Michael, that's a
swim
man who
count.
knows.
That's it's terrible, and I hate it so much.
You
See,
asked
personally, I would have said, but have you tried it without the
I did.
condom?
Just ask
Oh my
condom
god,
or no
I have
condom,
so many
even
other
though
things
it's
I can
like
say, and I can't.
Yeah, yeah.
do
It was like, or like, but where? You know.
no.
Have you
'Cause I've
tried-
heard
no,
that
I can't-
matters.
No,
You
no. Okay. That's
Okay,
where we draw the
we gotta
line.
move on.
Michael's
please.
trying to not get us demonetized.
Yeah,
Ooh.
demonetized. That
or-
implies that we're getting paid.
again,
for
I was
this
gonna
shit. Are you
say-
kidding me?
In the to bring it back to Worm, right? That phrase,
you.
"We're trying to make a baby," really changes depending on the character who says it, right? Mark and Carol
Yeah.
trying to have a baby makes sense. Bonesaw and Nilbog trying to make a baby, probably not something you want to be around for.
Amy and Chris.
Amy and Chris trying to
nursery.
Oh yeah.
No,
Nursery.
no.
making a baby.
God.
The Simmerg
Dragon and
and
Defiant.
Behemoth.
Great.
Simmerg
Or
Great
Simmerg and
outing.
Make a baby.
Kronos.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I was gonna
great
say
outing.
Dragon and Defiant trying to make a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Very
There's
different.
no try, only do. I love it, friends.
There's no try.
That's right. That's right. There's only do or do not. There is
Do
no
or do
try.
Oh my god.
That's the real response. I like
What am I
that a lot.
supposed to do with you guys?
That's
Hell
really
yeah.
good.
That is
Also, I
really
could. It just.
phenomenal
You know, we're
response.
talking about this. You're like tying it back to Worm, and I couldn't help but giggle because I'm just like sperm.
No, please, God. Oh my God. Someone get me out of
911.
here. Jeez.
Oh.
Please.
That's some
I'm gonna
Patreon
call
content.
HR on you guys.
We
Really
write the
gives
porn
a-
parody.
Yeah.
Really gives a new visual to the entities floating through the Milky Way, you might say.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God. Nick,
It's always been there.
I'm so glad my camera
You just
is
ask,
off
what's your
today.
shard count?
What's your shard count?
Uh,
Wow.
After you trigger, there's a refractory period. You-
Blow their shards all over the planet.
Just seeing visions.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Hannah's gotta leave the chat. This is not. We gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta go.
No. It's fine.
Oh, the Simmerg, Fran pointed out the Simmerg did make a baby. There's
That's
a little
right.
baby.
Tried to.
Oh,
We
is that
were
a
talking
little,
about
little baby
try.
Eidolon?
Certainly
Tried
tried.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
It got blown
Good
up,
try.
right? Somebody blew it up, I think.
Yeah,
Or
it
did
got
live?
it
I don't know.
got
Didn't it get
yeah,
like?
was
entombed
did it
in a
get
box
captured?
of some kind? I think
No, it
got
wasn't. It
like
was just definitely destroyed.
Was it?
Hmm.
Somebody in
I
chat?
thought
If it
so.
wasn't,
Yeah.
it feels like it would have been a teacher capture if it was a teacher capture. There was also the Simmer clone baby that was getting grown, but that thing got all destroyed.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. That's
Mhm.
what was
Oh,
destroyed.
I could have sworn there was something
thinking
like
about
the epilogue also, but there was the one that Blasto was doing, and that got
Yeah.
stopped.
Oh
That's right.
yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and there's some fun notes I have here.
No, beefaroni, don't leave.
I have, and
Don't know how
I'm
we
gonna
got here.
butcher the pronunciation here, but Hecatoncheires, which was the 3 giants with 50 heads and 100 arms, that I think actually fought against the Titans.
Hecatoncheires? I don't know.
What?
The Hecabadonkadonkeries.
Yeah.
Hecaton Kyries.
Hecatoncheires,
is what.
which is the
Wikipedia says.
alternate name they tried to give Mr. Hugs.
Hecaton Kyries. It means 100-handed ones.
Okay.
Yeah, which I assume is the inspiration
yeah.
for a certain enemy we fought in Odyssey of the Dragon Lords.
It 100% is.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, I just have a bunch of notes about talking about, the revelation in front of like, oh, what's bothering Carol? What's bothering you, Victoria? I don't want to talk about it. No, for real. Tell me. I really don't want to talk about it. No, please. Let's talk about this. Okay. Who's my dad?
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
it
Mhm.
Neil? Her.
Oh man.
I
know.
don't want to talk about
Can
this.
we
I
not
don't want
talk
to talk
about this now?
Yeah, absolutely fucking not.
We don't want to talk about this
Absolutely
now.
fucking not.
But ever since because Crystal over here. Yeah, we're gonna do this in front of Crystal now, but we don't want to do it now.
I cannot stand that kind of like bullshit. Like, no, we need to talk about it. You need to get it out. And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, all right, fine. Who's my dad? I don't want to talk about. What do you? Oh, I hate that. It makes me so upset. That makes
Yeah.
me so
Yeah.
upset.
Well, I feel like Victoria gave her, and she's brain damaged, so we got to give her some slack, maybe. But
Yeah.
Victoria gave her so many chances, right? She's like,
So
I
many
went into
chances.
shard space. I saw bad
Yeah.
things about people I'm close to. And her mom's like, oh, tell me more. And she's like,
Was it something
saw-
I did while I was in
I
costume?
know. It's like it must have been something I did in
Sadly,
costume. And she's like,
it was in
No.
costume.
oh, true, so true. And she's like, no. And she's like, oh, well, it must have been something. She's like, I saw something really bad about you, Mom. She's like, oh,
Oh my gosh.
what could it be?
Like, I
just,
don't understand how she doesn't straight think to like the worst possible thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
How
like,
many bad
listen,
secrets do you have in your life?
Exactly.
Like, there's gotta,
Exactly.
I
Like
can think
like
of
we all
like
have like one
2 or 3
two.
things that come to mind.
Yeah. And
You're
like,
like,
I
how
would
many
never want
people
anyone to
could you
know.
have killed? Like, come on.
Yes. Exactly. Like how could it be so bad that in her worst case scenario of like, oh, she saw something bad. It's like, oh, you saw me hurt a Empire 88 member a little too hard.
You
like
know
that
I
would
punt
not be it.
Nazis into dumpsters like 24/7. I could have been a
Exactly.
fucking collegiate field goal kicker when it came to punting Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's the brain injury. That's the
It-
only excuse
yeah,
that I
I
can
think
give
it has
her,
to
is
be,
that
'cause it's
just-
like-
that's
Of course.
jeez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
crazy.
it is.
Although nothing makes me angrier than an out being a legitimate out. Like, oh no, legitimately, she's brain damaged. Like, God
yeah.
damn it! Like, I don't want to give her an out. I don't think she should get one, and I don't feel like
Mhm.
Carol should get one just because she's been knocked around a little bit and her noggin's a little loose. Like, that doesn't seem fair. It makes me mad.
Well, when your brain is too small to fit inside your skull already anyway, getting knocked around shakes it a lot. So makes sense. She's had some issues.
Yeah, right. It's rattling around.
Don't know what this is in reference.
Just like a little
to.
bean bouncing around in there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like one of those little bouncy balls. So like when you knock it once, it just
Yeah.
keeps going.
Exactly.
It's a moon
Boing,
ball.
boing, boing, boing,
Like
boing,
like
boing, boing,
like the
boing,
DVD
boing.
thing. Just
Oh yes,
that's
it
the-
never quite hits the
That's
corner.
it.
Oh yeah.
Never
yeah.
quite completes the thought. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
have a note here, and I don't know what it's in reference to, but it's wretched together. All the different faces that we have, sort of just like the wretch that how it's got all these different. It literally has different faces and eyes and body parts,
Right.
which
Mm.
feels very akin to what we're talking about now, with Victoria being sort of this stitched together human being of the different parts of her life.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is maybe why she's feeling so close to the wretch right now, because she has no
Yeah.
single coherent form.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
17.2.
17.2. After breakfast, Victoria, Crystal, and Carol go to the warden's headquarters to talk with Valkyrie and Sarah. Valkyrie sends Victoria to interrupt Vista and Byron to reunite the former with Dennis and Kidwin and get some shard space details.
Mm.
Mm.
Lots of
Mm.
tasty
Ugh.
reunions.
There's
Yeah.
lots of
Tasty.
tasty reunions, tasty intimacy too. These characters finally
Yeah, it goes
getting
to pick
some
up Vista.
sweet
I just
about
have Jesus Vista. What was this? The pizza challenge?
them. Wait, what?
For those of you who don't know, the pizza challenge is when you
challenge.
call for a pizza delivery and then you start having
Yeah.
sex with the hope that you finish before the
Oh.
pizza
Before the
gets
pizza
there.
man arrives. Yeah.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Doesn't work so well when you live
Humanity.
right down the street from a Domino's.
Humanity.
I don't know. I think it works pretty fast.
That is
What is
wowie.
happening tonight?
And I hate it
guys?
again.
God.
And I hate
I
it
don't
again.
know. You know what it is? You know what? It's not even our fault. We've got to another really horny part of Ward. So you know whose fault this is? John's.
John!
Yeah, John,
God damn it, John.
JC.
you knew what you were doing.
John Mackin McCracken.
Michael.
You know?
We got to get it out now, or the last chapter is going to be a mess.
Oh
So
my!
seriously,
Oh.
It
I think it
was a
still will
mess.
be.
No.
God.
What will be about it?
John McCabe, more like John might be cracking, if you know what I
That's
mean.
what I'm saying.
What?
Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God. Defend me from them that rise up against me.
Deliver me from blooded
God,
men.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Kerbo speaks.
Poor Byron. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Yes, poor
Bro.
Byron.
Like the dude's like on his deathbed, trying his best to survive, life here, and he's got to like be a passenger in his brother's hookup.
You mean Tristan?
Or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tris. Wait, which
I was
one?
gonna say,
Sorry.
this is
Which
Byron
one?
trying to get
Byron.
laid for the
Byron.
first time.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, so
I
Byron
had that
was in a
backwards.
hospital
That's
bed,
right.
but going through shard
Yeah.
space helped him
I mean,
recover
That's right.
Yeah,
faster.
because remember, Tristan comes
He
out
woke
because
up.
his brother doesn't want to do the walk of shame.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Tristan comes
Right.
out just laughing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
freaking
Oh, it's so
hilarious.
funny.
Yep. And Vista's
I will
like,
say
nothing
there is
happened.
nothing.
Yeah.
There is
No
nothing
touching. No touching.
then yeah, exactly. Like he's where Tristan just walks out and he's like it's so great. Gosh.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
no. That was lovely.
That's because
Yeah.
Tristan and Vista are like, this is why Tristan's okay with Vista, because they're on the same like horny brain wavelength.
hmm
Where like Moon Song was just like, oh, I just want to hold hands and talk. And Tristan was like, fuck that. And Vista's like, I'm gonna die any day. I have a handgun strapped to my thigh. I brought protection. Let's go. And Byron's like, oh, I don't know. And Tristan's like, let's go.
Yeah. No, it's great.
That's funny.
Oh man, it's such a funny moment. I love that character development for them too. And yet Vista's apartment room, like her dormitory room, still feels like such a college kid, but like a freshman almost. And I know that's about her age anyway, so
Oh,
it's
she's like
appropriate.
16.
Oh, is she 16? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
she's young
Um,
still.
He really
Oh, I
still a
forgot about that.
baby.
I
In my
want to
head,
say she's
she's
like
17.
16 or 7.
Maybe
She might be
17.
They're
Yeah,
like,
okay,
they're
that
like,
makes sense.
we'll talk about this when you're later. Freaking Narwhal's like,
Yeah.
we'll talk about your
Maybe
opportunities
17.
when you're 18. So
That's
I
right,
figured
because
she
she's
was like
still
not far away from
she's not
18.
quite 17 yet. Or not quite 18 yet. Yeah. But just just some that goofy, like the posters and everything. Even still having the Gallant poster, right? And Victoria's like, oh, that's funny. Like just kind of the mutual history there is great. Yeah. 17, J-Man says. Okay, yeah, so she is 17. Because Byron and Tristan are 17, 18?
I want to say they
Yes.
turned
16?
18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
17 at the start. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what a great moment. So many
I
funny,
wonder how they
funny little bits.
age.
How
I was
do what?
wondering the same thing.
Because if you're away for half the time, and it's like a stasis,
Mm,
are
they seem to age normally.
I know.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, just pondering.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of aging, Valkyrie being seen by Victoria as an older woman was interesting to me. Not like
Yes.
elderly, it seemed, but being like, oh,
Well, it's like her
Valkyrie
mom's
taught.
age than her own.
Yeah, Valkyrie's like seems like my mom's age, and
Yeah.
that is a rapid age up from somebody who was like preteen, Fey Queen age.
Yeah, because
before
she
it was-
was
Yeah.
30, like I think they said like Jessica Yamada age, so
Yeah,
around 30, and she still had the appearance of like a 12-year-old, a la
right.
Bonesaw style.
Exactly.
Then the
Yeah.
next time we saw her at the end of Worm, she looked more like she was in high school and stuff, like going on almost college age, I think. And then when we got to this one, she was like her and Victoria were like a little bit comparable, so like early 20s, and
Yeah.
now she's
aged
like
up.
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe she's at her appropriate age now. Perhaps is all that's
Yeah,
happened.
I mean, if she's mid 30s at least, like that would be around where I think she should be.
Yeah, because Carol will be in her 40s, I assume.
Yeah, ish, yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So, yeah, can she just straight up control her age, Fran? Fran said
Yeah.
she can control her age. I guess she
And-
can just control her age
Yeah,
to an
I was gonna
extent.
say,
Makes
is
sense.
this an intentional thing or is this like a wearing down thing because of how much she's putting into the
Yeah.
shadows?
I could see that too.
Maybe so.
I could see
It's
that
like we
too.
know she can hold her age back, but is this like the catching up? Is she like, I don't
Kind
know,
of like Eidolon, maybe, where it's starting to fade, I think.
maybe?
Yeah, well, Eidolon
Yeah.
was fading because his shard was angry with him because
Mhm.
he wasn't performing correctly. This
Yeah.
this feels like it'd be the opposite. Like it feels like she's doing more. That the shard would probably, I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe the shard doesn't want
Right,
this. Who knows?
right.
You know.
Well, but remember though, when we meet her in Worm, she's more shard than human, and Taylor kind of
Mhm.
flips it on her. And
True.
that maybe
Yeah.
could be part of
That's a
what's
good
wearing
point.
her down too. So who knows?
Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for the Bonesaw thing, what we were saying in comparison there, just to clarify that, because I think there was some confusion. The comparison is solely that Bonesaw and Valkyrie both were younger than they appeared, not that they were both in their 30s.
Oh, yeah, no,
Bonesaw
no,
keeps
no, yes.
himself a
Yeah,
young
they were
child.
both younger than they were appeared, and they did it intentionally.
They did it
Yeah, it was an
intentionally,
intentional choice. Yeah.
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 Bonesaw is still young. She's still only like 16 or so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But she was keeping herself more like looking like a child.
like a 10-year-old or like a 9-year-old or something. Yeah,
Yeah, like a 9-year-old. Yeah.
maybe even younger too. I feel like she even made herself
I
younger.
thought
don't
I
remember
thought
that.
she was. I thought we said like 9, even though she was like 12 when we
13.
run into her,
13
and then
at the
she's
time.
like 16 now, or
Yeah.
so. but she still looks small for her age.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
she's done so much work on herself. Like, I don't know if her body would
Knows.
grow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably more of a thing where it's like she is still artificially choosing her age. But she's now trying to make it appropriate to her actual age, right?
Right.
So yeah, but they go onto the roof, and instead of Valkyrie, they see Dennis and Kidwin. So
Dennis!
Clock Blocker and Kidwin.
I'd like to
baby!
rename them official renaming as Flock Blocker and Kid Wing.
Kid Wing.
Kid Wing?
Kid Wing.
Yes, Kid Wing and Flock Blocker.
Okay.
Why?
Because
I'm not
they're
getting
part
it.
of Valkyrie's flock now.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah,
it.
Yep.
Or rest
yeah.
my case.
I vote no, but sure.
That's okay. The motion's already passed.
Your Honor,
Oh,
objection.
okay.
Well,
Overruled.
on to 17.3.
You can't be judge and lawyer for your own case.
Since when? That seems like all they ever do in this universe.
Valid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Listen. I enjoy, as with all of his stories, I really, really like the sort of mirroring of tropes that he does. And in superhero stories, no one's ever really dead. They all come back through some bullshit, witch magic, alternate dimension, who knows what, right? So like, this feels like a fun play and twist on that trope because it is different. They're back, but are they? You know, it's like all that kind of stuff. At the same time, you're back from the dead, and I hate that trope with a passion. So
Same.
these are fun conversations. Don't get me wrong; they're still good chapters. But overall, I'm just like, why are we back?
Why are we here?
Yeah.
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 I think it does a couple interesting things. Like you said, it's back to the deconstruction, reconstruction. Yeah, so we'll go with reconstruction of the bringing back from the dead. But it does a couple things that others don't. One, it actually has a purpose in deciphering the fundamental rules of the universe. Like this is a thing essential to understanding how the magic system works here, if you will.
I will.
So like I think that's very interesting to have that as some way to exposit that. Two, it's a little bit of fan service because who doesn't love Clock Blocker and Kid Win? It does the fact that it is fan service kind of makes it feel a little cheesy, but I feel like that almost cancels each other out. And then three is you could have the option of having them be a shadow, just strictly a shadow. Kind of how we met Laser Mom before. Or you could have them be fully back. And I think it's a good balance, what we've shown, where they'll never be fully human, whatever you want to call it. But I do think it does a very good job of incorporating it into the universe. As much as I don't like March, it starts to explain things about what March had to say about their concept of heaven and whatnot. And I do think it's interesting that in this universe, because comics bring people back from the dead so often, the idea is that you aren't coming back with your powers are being dragged back, and your personality might get dragged along with it.
Right. And even then, the percentage of your personality is like, because they talk about, is Aunt Sarah, like, is she 90% of Aunt Sarah? Is she 80%, 70%?
Yeah.
And how like the whoever it is that's coming back has to re-find themselves and like resettle into who they are and their personality again. And like sometimes you find who you were before, and sometimes you just don't, and you settle into something else.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's a semi, ship of Theseus problem, which
Yeah. Yes.
one of the best parts of post Thanos MCU was the WandaVision show. If for no other reason,
Yes.
solely because of the ship of Theseus conversation that Vision has with Vision at the
Mhm.
end of the show.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, spoilers,
minor
yeah.
spoilers. It's a few years old by now, but yeah, but just that like question of are they even themselves? It'd be like if you had a large folder on a computer and then you picked like 60 of 100 files from that folder, copied them to a new computer, and then created a CD out of each, folder, right? Is that second CD the same as the first CD, or is it a new thing entirely? And I think that's part of what's interesting about this. Again, it is kind of tropey. And but yeah, so it's kind of interesting. Interesting conversation in chat though that I want to throw to Jacob to start. J-Man asked, "Can someone explain the difference between deconstruction and reconstruction?" I don't feel like I have an idea of what's the difference. Specifically talking about like tropes in media. So, Jacob.
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, the way I've kind of always interpreted it was that deconstruction in media in general is sort of breaking down the genre or the trope or the story type or archetype or whatever it is into you're kind of breaking. I'm trying to think off the top of my head like a good example of a deconstruction. Shout it out if you got a good one here
Ugh.
too.
I can't think of a good one
Yeah.
off. I mean, The Boys is
The
since we're
Boys
talking
is
about-
Boys
It's-
is satire. It's more parody than
Mm.
but it is
'Cause
that is
I would think
along the right.
deconstruction is usually critical.
Yeah.
Is the thing is usually a critique of
Mm.
what's going on. So it's really
The
hard to separate
Speaking of
satire a lot
superheroes,
of
The
times.
Watchmen. The Watchmen is a good example of deconstruction.
Watchmen would be deconstruction.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a
Or,
critique on the genre.
A critique of the genre. Shrek is a deconstructive look at fairy tales.
Yep.
Yeah,
It is also
exactly.
parody,
Another-
but it is
Yeah.
deconstructive work.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, fairy tales always have this, the princess has to be beautiful. Why is that the case? What if we redefine what beauty is and make it more
Yeah.
about actually caring about the person?
Oh, of course. Duh. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna just go full on humor with a deconstruction, like Cabin in the Woods is a deconstruction of the horror genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
There
kind of
is
thing.
usually a little bit of a meta like to it where like people maybe even in the world are aware of the tropiness of things.
Right.
It's once again it's parody, but I think it has deconstruction in it. You go from Cabin in the Woods, but there's also Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
There's literally the Scary Movie franchise.
Yeah.
Which Scary Movie franchise is a great example because it's deconstructing it so much. It does feel almost disjointed in its story because it is chopping up worlds and having an examination of them in a humorous content out of almost context. I think the difference between that and the reconstruction often has to go with a deconstruction, and it is the building up in a more like with a positive lean towards it. In my
Or an
opinion.
understanding of the problems of the original trope itself, and recognizing that like, okay, well, we've broken down the faults of it and we've examined it and we put it back together and we're like re-examining the problems with it.
It's not reconstruction is not to what I can find isn't like a as well defined a archetype or a trope in and of itself yet, because there's really not a lot of it. Probably because I think it's very, very hard to do. I'm trying to think of another really good example.
Are you?
So I've got one
The
example.
new Superman would be a reconstruction.
Superman, yeah, I was gonna say the new Superman could be considered a reconstruction because
Yeah, I
generally
could
what
see that.
reconstruction um is would be something like, hey, we're gonna take an interest in what made this genre interesting in the first place and try to redeem it, or try to bring it up again, or make it new and fresh. So like the new Superman movie be a good example of that. One that came to mind for me with that is I read a comic book by Mark Miller, who famously did like a lot of the Dark Batman stuff, I believe.
Yeah,
And
Hmm.
Dark Knight
he
Turns.
he actually did a comic series called Huck, which is basically it's sort of a Superman type story, but it's like very not usual for Mark Miller because it's all about a guy who is just a good hero and does good things. Like, and the goal of him was like, for him in writing about it, he said like I saw an oversaturation of the dark media and like, oh, everything's so dark and gritty and the world's a terrible place. And he's like, maybe we just need like a good hero again, like a good guy, a genuine good person. Which is why, yeah, the new Superman movie is a more popular example. That would fit that as well, where it's like, hey, kindness is punk rock. Like, be a good person. Superman's actually, nice and does his very best to help everyone he can and isn't, dark and gritty and
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
his dad lets it, lets his
Yeah.
dad die.
As
Yeah.
Fran
Right.
points out, one points out the tropes, whereas Reconstruction tries to make the tropes work. I think that second part, especially, Reconstruction tries to make the tropes work,
Yeah,
is a
that's
great
good.
example of why Worm and Ward are special. We know
Mhm.
the tropes. We don't even really point them out in Worm or Ward. They're just there. And enough so that I definitely forget about them sometimes until they happen, or if I like am looking for them, then I get them. But he snuck a lot by me that I later was like, oh, are we doing kaiju monsters? How did I not get that this was a giant kaiju monster thing? Like, how did I miss
Yeah.
that? Um,
Yeah.
and it is a trope, and he does do it, and it works because it's like there's a reason tropes work. And they can be done right and well. The problem is because they get done in repetition so often, they become boring and flat.
Mhm.
Madoka Magica is just straight up a deconstruction. That's deconstruction of the magical girl genre, J-Man.
I'm
Not
thinking
familiar with.
too, like
I would say,
really good example
yeah.
is like the time travel trope, right? So like historically, time travel is super paradoxical. It's always just been like it's silly. It's never going to make sense. The way Back to the Future doesn't make sense. Like all that kind of stuff, right? And so then you get into a lot of deconstructing of time travel, and now we've kind of entered a reconstruction of time travel where predominantly time travel nowadays in all media is multi-dimensional, where it like does make sense, where it's not you're going back in time, you've
Right.
gone back into a different dimension, so it's technically different, right? So you kind of reconstructed the
Yeah.
trope to make it work for a growing or a learning audience.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great question and something definitely
Great
to
question.
consider, especially since deconstruction and reconstruction is such a wide has such a wide field of things that applies to. Um,
Mhm.
just as sort of a thought experiment.
And
But
it's hard to, yeah, as a thought experiment too, to wrap that up, it's kind of hard to put such a fine line on things because every art movement is a reaction to the previous art movement in almost every
Mhm.
historical art movement, right? So it's like, oh, this was a deconstruct. You could say, this art movement was a deconstruction of the previous art movement. Rococo was a deconstruction of Baroque because they took the fanciness to an extremity. And then the next art movement was a reconstruction of the older style, the Gothic style that was more sublime and subdued, right? And it's like every art movement kind of pendulums back and forth
Nick.
in a way.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
hey, I had to go full teacher sometime. It's been a while.
Art class with Nick. Damn.
I really liked Arts and Ideas second semester, guys. I know nobody else did, but it was a great time for me.
Are we talking about Berenzi's class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was
fucking love
asleep
that
for
class. That
most
was
of
my
it,
favorite
so
class I ever
couldn't tell
took
you.
in college. Are you kidding me? That shit was the best. Anyways,
All right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about? Oh, I have one question for us while we're in 17.2.
Mhm, mhm.
What would be your terrible Vista pickup line? You've got your Vista. You got to pick up Byron.
oh,
What's your pickup line?
What do you say we shrink this space between us?
Ooh,
Good.
Oh.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
I like that. That's good.
See, I knew somebody was cooking here.
Byron, have you used your power recently? Because I'm wet.
There we go.
Oh my god! Wow,
I'm
that's really good.
there's something about
Thank
you
you.
know, there's something about like, you sure you didn't switch over to your brother because it appears rock hard right now.
I already hate it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no!
Yeah.
And you have to remember
Excellent.
too, like whatever pickup line you throw at Byron, you're also technically throwing at Tristan. And if Tristan hates,
Mhm.
like you're fucked.
Yeah.
I just imagine,
I
and
have
he
no
can say it.
I
I
have
just
no-
imagine, like Byron gets embarrassed and switches out to Tristan. Tristan just goes, "Huh, gay," and switches
Yeah.
back to Byron.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do think that there is probably some like some light teasing there from Tristan to be like, bro, like, come on. I like dudes, and how am I the least gay brother between us?
Yeah.
You want to talk to them? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yep. What was her
Although-
line? I'm trying to remember what she said. That she said. Was it just like, "Oh, my
No, it was-
room's closer than the wherever you're going. You should just come
Yeah,
to my room."
My room's closer to the hospital, and
That's
skin-to-skin
right.
contact is known to improve healing.
That's right.
Yep.
What
Which-
bull-
Just-
Phenomenal line. Like it's bad, but it's good. Like it's so bad that it's come
Funny.
back around to
It's,
being
like,
good,
funny.
and I love
Yeah,
it. And I'm
exactly,
so proud of
exactly.
her.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get
It's
to it
like,
later,
no, the
but Victoria was
hospital's
definitely
right there. Meanwhile, she's like shoving space in between hospitals. All of a sudden, instead across the street, it's miles away. Oh no, it seems like a pretty far walk to me.
hmm hmm
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Alrighty.
Well-
17.3.
let's go.
All right. Kidwin, Dennis, Vista, and Victoria talk
Dennis.
details about shard space, memories, and changing personalities. They look over the various threats, and Vista and Victoria are called to help deal with Amy's plans. Yeah, okay, what is it with the summary constantly referring to Clockblocker as Dennis? And what
I
is
don't
Because
know
he's
why.
referred
Kidwin's real
to as
name?
Dennis the
What is
majority of
Kidwin's?
this chapter.
I guess so. What is Kidwin's real name? I forget.
Oh, they say it at one
Christopher.
point.
They do say it.
Is it Christopher?
Christopher. It's Christopher.
Yeah, if I had a name like Christopher, I would rather go by Kid,
I would
and
also
it's
go by
already a
Kid.
Well, they
terrible
call
name.
him. She calls him Chris at one point,
Yeah,
and I'm
Chris.
like, why do we have? Why do we
Why is
have
we have-
another?
Why is
Chris? Why do we have another Chris? Like that's stupid. And from then on, everyone calls him Christopher, or not everyone.
It's not
but-
just we have him, and we'll later get into another double naming because we've got Eric as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's another Eric too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I-
fucking
I remember
Eric when we
seeing
get to
that and
him.
I was like, "What? Eric?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the time to have
Listen.
a name Eric when we're dealing with family problems over in the Pelham household in the Dowling
Right.
household.
For real. For real. For real.
New Eric.
Yeah. I gotta say, this whole chapter was so boring to me. Like, listen, you know, I love Clockblocker, Kidwin. So great to have them back. I could not have cared less about this conversation. What were we even talking about? I don't even know. Like, we're trying to talk about shard space, and we're trying to talk about, like, I guess how the power. What? Like, I was so lost for this chapter.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same. I was trying to tune in a bit when they were kind of getting into some of the interesting world building stuff, which I do like. But again, I'm just like these characters. I mean, we've been reading Ward for how long? How long in real world time have these characters been dead? Like I have
Yeah.
I don't care. I've just
Yeah.
lost. I don't care about them. I
Yeah.
wish I
Yep.
did because I cared about them
Yep.
when they died, but I don't care about
Mhm.
them now. And yeah, it's
Yep.
just I would much rather get to different characters and different conversations at this point.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like I
unfortunately.
don't mind. Oh, I'm sorry, Jacob. I didn't mean to.
No,
cut you off.
that's all I was saying.
I don't mind. Again, I don't mind the meetup here, the talking to our dead compatriots, but I'm way more interested in whatever conversation was happening between Vista and Clock than I am in this weird back and forth between Victoria and Kidwin, because it's like after this, the reaction that Little V has of like, yeah, that's not him. Like he's wrong. Like there's something wrong. Like I want to hear what they were talking about, what they're chit-chatting about, and I want to hear the differences, and I want to see if I recognize the differences in Clock Blocker, because Clock Blocker was great. I freaking loved him. He was phenomenal, and loved the way that he worked with Taylor's powers last time. Like that was very cool, and that still sits in my head as like very cool moments with him. And I would have liked to see more of that and less about the, like, obviously I understand we're contemplating shard space and we're contemplating the shards and what they're doing and everything. Obviously that's at the forefront of our mind for our sweet Victoria, but I kind of couldn't care less.
It just felt like it didn't need a whole chapter, maybe, right? This could have been
Correct.
Mm.
a
Yeah,
bit shorter, and it still would have been interesting. I think
I agree.
it could have been really interesting, but it feels like they talked a long time to come to
And
the
said nothing?
conclusion that shard space is really confusing and it's
Yeah.
definitely got memories stored in there.
Yeah.
You know, Victoria kind of relates to Kidwin not feeling whole, but it just felt like it took a long time to get to that point, and it could have gotten there a lot
Yeah.
faster.
And it felt like Victoria was trying to say something about herself and how she has felt now that she's come back out of it, and that how she's
Mhm.
different. And that just made me like wonder, am I missing something? Is John trying to tell me something here that I'm not picking up on? Like is there like not another cabin situation, but like is there something else that I'm missing that I'm supposed to be picking up on that's like weird about Victoria, especially going into, you know, the next couple of chapters with her and Amy? Like this feeling of like, well, okay, well, there's this sense of wrongness, and you know, Victoria is under self-proclaimed master stranger, and it just feels like, am I like, I've got to be missing something here, right? Like that would explain Victoria's, you know, feeling of not herselfness, which I feel like we've been feeling, you know, the whole damn book, but this is supposed to feel different somehow, but I just don't I don't know. It's just as I wasn't yeah, I didn't like this chapter.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly don't remember it that well either, because I think there's not much to link the conversation to or to
Mm-mm.
tie it down.
I
Yeah.
wonder how
Unfortunately,
often
just
Wildbow's trying
a
to
lot of words.
explain how something works in shard space, so he has to like exemplify it through the
Mm.
conversations, but it's really not that interesting to the overall story. He's just kind of doing world building through characters. I feel like he does that a lot. Because Fran
Yeah,
says they're
maybe
showing off
so.
how Dennis's personality is inverting. So, like, maybe
Mm.
it's like the whole point of it was maybe not super story related. Who knows? But I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's one of those things where, like, you know, we could read the textbook version of Worm, like the
Right.
Wikipedia of Worm, or we
Exactly.
could read, you know, words Worm itself or Word itself. And the reason we do that is because it's the more interesting version, or it's supposed to be. And Beckford has successfully knocked my camera out of whack by being the cutest baby in the world.
He is the cutest baby in the
He
world.
is
Yeah.
full on got my hand as I'm trying to work this mouse. All right. How? Hey, biting.
Yeah,
thing.
that's. I think a lot of it is his desire to reinvent, or like we're talking about deconstruct / reconstruct stuff. and a lot of
Yeah.
what people read his works for is that, and I have a suspicion that that's what's happening in some of these chapters where he's like, hey, this is how I see this working. I'm going to use these characters speaking in this way or doing these things to exemplify it, stuff like that,
Right.
which is probably pretty interesting to like world building wise, but it's
Yeah.
difficult.
Again, too, I think these are just uh, genre issues.
Exactly.
Serialization makes it hard. So I think this chapter could work really well in a specific spot if it was edited into an actual published story. And I think it's just sort of
Yeah.
one of the little things with serialization that you're going to
Yeah.
get these types of chapters where like he's got to say something, needs to make a point, kind of hard to fit it in. So you get these. It happens.
Jacob,
Right.
you and I, we'll talk later. We'll fix this in post.
Yeah.
Special Patreon exclusive.
Exactly.
Make everybody mad because we rewrite Ward. Although I don't think
Yeah.
nearly as many people will be as mad because there is not as nostalgic for it. So it'll be a lot more ripe for editing, and it clearly needs a lot more editing. So
Just cut it in half. That's my only note.
for real.
That's about it. Just keep that, cut that, keep that, cut that. Then just go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, be extra.
Yeah.
No, never mind. No,
No,
never
like
mind.
I said, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point 4. I mean, are there any other thoughts?
Somebody
not really.
said with the inverting personality, his hero persona took over his real personality. With his pessimism gone, theoretically, wouldn't killing and resurrecting Mark cure his depression and make Carol a better mother?
Oh shit.
But then somebody pointed out, isn't Carol's secondary power being a bad mom anyway? Thank you,
That's
Fran
true.
and Ferroni.
That's true.
But our
Yeah.
our ongoing theory, as Fran said, is that Carol's a good mom in costume.
Which
Yeah.
only gets proved at the beginning
It
of the
does.
next chapter.
It does. We get some good evidence for that theory here in just a second. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's kick it over to 17.4 then.
17.4. Carol, Victoria, Laser Dream, and Vista enter the Situation Room. Narwhal raises concerns about Victoria, which are handled by a confession from Vista and a talk with the therapist duo. Vicky gets a read into the giant situation.
Giant
Okay,
situation.
I will say the payoff for the awkward Vista interaction with Victoria and Vista, right, interrupting her and Byron, to now Narwhal grilling Victoria about where
God.
her allies are and why are they interacting when they're not supposed to be, and how
So
could
awkward.
you?
Deeply unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's just so funny. And Victoria's like, I feel like finally, yeah, Vista being like, fine, it was me. He was just trying to
Yeah.
be nice and not say anything. It's great.
Great.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm here
Aw.
for Dami Narwhal.
Dami Narmi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Dami
Dami
Narmi.
Narmi.
I was trying to find the name.
Yeah, I just need the exact same scene, but with like a writing crop.
Oh
Hey.
my god.
Where were
Oh
you?
my god. All right then.
Narwami, you might say.
Narwami. Oh man.
Wah, wah, wah.
Dom Wall.
No. No, I hate it.
No, she's great. It feels like these chapters, or a lot of these chapters, are just our heroes getting just the shit kicked out of them by all the other leaders. Just here's how you have fucked up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
good
Now
dressing
it's
down.
my turn to yell at
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Which, like deserved, but also
Hmm.
like, come on. I do like that Carol has such a great response to Narwhal picking on Oh, look at
Oh,
that
okay.
little Mr. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
for
you
those
can
of you
see
audio
I
listeners,
can't
there's a
Oh.
camera
move
on
my
screen.
hand
Yep.
because
He's
he's holding it.
for our audio listeners, Alan has angled the camera down to his desk where Beckford is currently gripping his mouse hand. And Beckford is being a sweet little boy, being the cutest cuddly man. But no, I love that Carol steps in here and is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Had you just finished your work? Oh, and were you in fact on your downtime? And were you in fact sleeping on your downtime after your hard work? Oh, huh. And I guess that shouldn't be an issue, should it? And did you in fact uh sleep and only sleep with someone who actually might be really well matched for you? Huh. Huh. And Narwhal's just like, "All right, Carol, we get it." And I
Sometimes you
think
need a
maybe
bitch.
like sometimes yes,
Sometimes you
I
need a
like
lawyer.
literally a great
Yeah.
great moment for Carol in the line of Carol's redemption.
Yeah.
Did I just say in the lion?
In the line
In
of
the
Carol's redemption.
In the line
In
of
the
Carol's redemption. I don't know what I'm
on
saying.
on
In the
path.
points towards Carol's redemption,
There we go.
it was a good there we go. We got there eventually. That this she's like standing up for little V here. And which I just good. Good. Someone needed to. And
Yeah.
I think that like Carol's in this position where she's not only a well-known hero who's worked with these people forever, but also a lawyer and just kind of like this like, hey, just a reminder, she's a good kid. Don't talk to her like that. Which I
Yeah.
felt like was necessary. And I think if Victoria had said anything, it wouldn't have done anything for Vista's favor. It would have caused more
Yeah.
problems. But Carol saying it comes across as very motherly, and especially is because she says this is after
In
she
the
tells Vista that
elevator.
parents are complete assholes that they have their head up their asses.
No. But Beefaroni points out it's
Amazing.
your parents are asshats.
Yeah, your parents are assets. Phenomenal work, Carol. I'm we're so proud of how far you've come, brain injury and all. She's a great mother to everyone else, is what we've learned.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. She has
Yeah.
her moments once again, all in costume.
Yep. All in. Oh man. I'm trying to see things from outside of Victoria's perspective, right, to understand where the other characters are coming from, because Victoria obviously is like, man, Narwhal is really grilling me. Like, man, Narwhal is really being stern and strict. Like, I don't get it. And I'm like, well, I think I kind of do. Like, you're dealing with an end of the world potential scenario with like 1,000 different contingencies. And one of
Mhm.
those contingencies is a person who seems to have a knack for getting herself in situations where things, putting herself at the center of everything. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of get Narwhal's suspicion, at least, of like, we got to make sure,
For sure.
And plus, I forgot about this. Victoria put Master Stranger protocols on herself after interacting with
She
Amy.
did.
So, like, yeah, double reason why Narwhal would be suspicious. And the conversation with the therapist is very interesting.
Is this is the chap? This is where Victoria like perfectly clocks what Amy definitely did to her when she was unconscious. She's like, yeah, she definitely did something to me, and then probably put it all back. And I was like, wow, you just
Yeah.
you
I
just
think that
were
is
on
here.
top of it. Yeah,
She's like, because I still fucking hate her. So, and that's the thing she would have fixed.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Exactly.
Oh, there's a
Um,
point. There's a great line. I don't know if it's this chapter or the next one, where it's after she explains how she knows that she did something because she has an extra fingernail that she doesn't have.
well,
And
not
then there's-
anymore because she fucking takes
Not
time
any-
to
yeah.
get the
Well,
fuck
forgot
out.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but that's
talked
what I
about
mean.
that,
Because
but-
then it's the one little line that he throws in where she's like, and Victoria's like, and then she's gripping something, but the language is digging in with all 9 fingernails. It's a
Yes.
great
Yeah.
little
I saw
great little
Yes.
moment.
That's
You're like,
good.
ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's how she
Um,
thinks about it.
yeah. Oh man, the conversation with Dr. Darnall and Jessica as well, Dr. Yamada. I feel
Mhm.
like I actually feel like Dr. Darnall is kind of going up in my estimation in terms of characters and how he's handling situations. For
Yeah.
someone who's like, he's like, yeah, I've done therapy for like cops and firefighters in traumatic situations too, working with capes, and the huge jump that is. I feel like the way he handles this
Done pretty
conversation is
well.
as as well done as I think it could have been with all the tension and underlying issues going into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Asking good questions, asking follow-ups. And Victoria's even like, "You're not following the question manual," and he's like, "I can do that if you want."
Yeah.
And then subtly starts moving into those questions,
Well,
and she's
doesn't
like,
she
"Oh, I see
say
what you're
that
doing."
before we get started that I know all the questions in the manual?
Yes,
So
she
like
Exactly.
does.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's like, we can, you know, we can put a little boogie in it.
Yeah.
And that's why
Exactly.
it even throws her off more. Where she's like, okay, we were just going out of order, but I can see what we're doing too. You didn't do the follow-up question. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's
Um,
interesting then because Jessica does. Jessica does follow the script almost exactly.
yes, and then she
And
does,
it
yeah.
feels yeah, it feels like because at one point he like asks a question and then doesn't really have the follow-up and he glances over at Jessica and it feels very much like he's trying to default to her like you know Victoria better than me like what other questions should we ask here like what other paths should we explore to get the right or not the right answer but to get a more complete picture here from her and then that's when Jessica kind of steps in a little bit more but yeah, it's interesting. I do really enjoy their dynamics together as like a duo because Jessica's not super confident in her own self and her own ability, but she does know Victoria really, really well. And kind of like him taking the lead, but then stepping back and letting Jessica talk. Like I yeah. I liked their duo dynamic a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, anything else before we move on? I think we start talking about. Is this where we are directly dealing with Amy's bullshit, or
Yeah, 17.5 gets into Amy.
okay?
Oh
Is it
yes,
also?
Oh,
because
like
the
on
end.
the phone call. Yeah.
I do want
Yeah.
to ask real quick if Fran can clarify something. Fran said the best line is the lead fucking the Simurg, and I'm like,
The best line
and
is
they said I
what?
think
Say
it's
again?
Fran said the best line in the series is the one about fucking the Simurg. Um,
What?
and they said they think it's around this part of the story. Apparently, it's a deleted one though, so I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
deleted
not
Oh.
line.
aware. I'm
What
not
do you
aware of the
mean
line
deleted?
about like it got
Uh,
edited out.
I'm gonna say that that's a joke, and if not, I want links or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the one other thing too that we do need to mention is this is where Victoria confronts Jessica about Bonesaw, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
And we
you're
figure
right.
out what
Right.
happened. So
Yeah.
Bonesaw is alive. We find out, which
Yeah.
I'm kind of weirdly grateful for. I'm like, oh, thank goodness Jessica didn't. More because I didn't want Jessica to have had killed somebody. I feel like that would change her character so much.
Mm.
Um, but the fact that it
Also,
was, yeah,
yeah, I was gonna say also Bonesaw dying off screen at the hands of
Yeah,
an
right.
unpowered person. I just would have been annoyed at
Never.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Never forgive John for that.
No, no.
And also, she's so easily, like, the one person you can't kill, like, with your bare
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
hands
right.
For
strangling. Like,
sure.
there's no
yeah.
fucking way.
One of the
Yeah,
hardest motherfuckers to kill in this universe.
100%.
Yes.
Just the
exactly.
redundancies out the wazoo.
Out the
Yeah.
wazoo.
So the story behind it makes sense, and it is a tragedy of burnout.
hmm
Somebody overwhelmed and in a tough situation. So it all kind of makes sense. But I still, I don't know. I'm sad for Yamada's character development just because she was such a highlight in Worm and even in most of Ward. And so having this, like, character failure feels worse than it might for another character. I don't know. Like, it's fine for your characters to be imperfect, but I kind of wish there were more people like Yamada who were just like, oh yeah, like she just hasn't done anything bad. She's just a genuine. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
Did everyone read at the kind of the end when Victoria's like just straight up asks her, he's like, "Did you trigger? Did you have like a
Yeah.
trigger
yeah,
there?"
yeah,
It's like the implication is no was my reading, but I don't know if I
Yes.
buy it.
I also
Yeah, I
would
also read that
imply
as no.
Yeah,
yeah. It was an
But
implied no, but do we buy it? We don't know.
do we buy it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think
As
so,
Fran
but
points out, Jessica did still 1v1 Bonesaw. Not many people can say that.
that is true.
That's true. Ended in a draw. Well, I guess
Yeah.
she did lose her mobility in her arm.
Jessica
Yeah.
Yamada versus the Red Queen. The ultimate
No, we
therapist
did
versus
say.
the fucking immovable dumbass.
Yeah, no, we did say in the last podcast how the most merciful thing Yamada could have done for Amy in that one interlude was just to shoot Amy.
It was to throw her over the balcony.
Yeah.
Throw her over the
Yeah.
balcony.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
like
so.
Jessica Yamada would lose that. Like the only way it would be fair is if no powers, they went hand to hand. Because as we've seen, they did 1v1 there, and Yamada just could not break the ultimate defense technique of Amy, using ultimate denial as their
Yeah.
special move.
Yeah, I guess to clarify, to give nuance to my take on Yamada, I wouldn't have wanted her to have killed somebody out of stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
Killing Amy because it's the morally right thing to do is fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It really, I
All
mean,
right.
that would be an interesting character thing of like, hey, and I'm trying to think of another character. Had one before this podcast that like you try to do the right thing, you do the right thing, everybody tells you it's the wrong thing, like you're taking the hard route, and at the end you go, oh, okay, but what if I just made this exception this one time because it's
Mhm.
actually the morally right thing to do? Like obviously you shouldn't do that to everybody, but like this is that one time where like the
This one
morally pure
exception.
character goes, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
It is as we talked about, the Batman problem, where it's like, Batman, you just keep throwing him in Joker in jail and he keeps getting out and murdering people. Eventually that's on you.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
they don't do that in this universe for a reason. You're like, okay, he got out of jail like 2 or 3 times. He's going into forever prison.
So you wouldn't necessarily have to tell anybody. That could
Yeah.
be a deep, dark shard space secret that you just ganked somebody and just stuffed them in a box somewhere. Like, you don't have to tell people you killed Joker. You don't have to leave his carcass in the street.
Well, that's the
But-
other thing. You could tell people. That's one of those very morally justifiable things. I'm pretty sure everybody would be very okay with that. And the other thing would be like, also, that's not something you have to do alone. You could get some certified stamp on that, approved. I think everybody would be okay with that.
It's seal of government approval.
Oh yeah. I think
I
they
do
would
love
be very
that.
okay signing off on that, or
I do.
responsibly denying.
Mhm. I do love that meme of like Batman's code is like, I'm not gonna kill. And it's like, well, my life is terrible and I don't have enough money, so I had to take this job as a goon for the Joker. Hope nothing bad happens to me. Oh God, my back is broken.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez.
I don't have health insurance. What am I gonna do, Batman? Just kill me.
Yeah, for real.
No, I don't
In
kill.
this economy.
Yeah.
Yep. 17.5 into Amy's booger
Yeah.
17.5. Narwhal tries to negotiate with Amy to convince her not to send the Gaborim Knight to fight the Machine Army. She fails, but Victoria succeeds in convincing Amy to send in the Mother of Mothers instead. Dear God.
Yeah.
What names?
Okay.
The
Uh,
mommy of mommies.
The mummy of mummies. So, continuing on J.C. McRae's Wild Bow's Hebrew theming,
Mm.
Gibborim is a Hebrew word meaning mighty man. So King David famously had a squadron of Gibborim, or mighty men.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
so, yes.
Can also stand for like just the greatest or top tier, because the lions that they fight and stuff are also considered Gibborim, like lions. So
Yes.
almost like
Sidebar, my
dire. Throw like a dire wolf out there. You're like the Gibborim
Yes.
wolf.
Yes, my sidebar here is my favorite was always Benaiah. And I got very close to convincing my wife to name my son Benaiah.
So close.
To name our son. I said my son, like he was mine only, but our son.
I know what you were thinking, Nick. I know
Yeah.
what you're thinking.
But the reason he was my favorite is we don't know much about him, except he did two great things. One is he jumped into a pit on a snowy day and killed a lion with his bare hands.
Mhm.
Which makes it sound like he was just walking along, saw a lion in a pit, and was like, I can take that. And the
Okay.
other is he killed a giant Egyptian with his own spear. And or like his two,
Okay.
Pretty badass.
his two mighty man
All right.
deeds that he did.
All right.
So anyways,
Say no
And
more.
your wife did not go for these names? For this name?
no.
What about our man with the ox code? Killed like 600 people with the ox code.
That was a judge. That was a judge who did that.
Oh,
not
you're
one of the
right.
court.
You're right.
Yeah, Alan, get your biblical
Yeah.
references correct.
I'm so sorry.
That was what was his name? I used to know his name. Shamgar. Shamgar.
Yes.
Shamgar.
You can't see it right
Anyway.
now, but I am just shaking my head.
Hey, listen, I am nothing if not a treasure trove of useless information.
Nick, it's not
You
useless.
sure did
It's
say
great
it.
for naming children, as we've established.
Great for naming
Established.
children. Great for trivia night on occasion as well.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Anyways,
I
yes,
have a letter I'd like to read.
go ahead.
As you know, I don't take notes while I read. I just react violently and throw things and pace sometimes while listening to the
Mm.
audiobook. But I wrote this down. No. No. It's like when suddenly we're friends with Crowley in Supernatural. If Victoria is okay working with Amy, then something is wrong. And I've underlined something is wrong 3 times so hard that I ripped through part of the paper at one point. With 3 exclamation points, and something is wrong is written in all caps.
I have a
When
sound
we
for that.
thank you so much.
Good
No,
poetry.
when we
No, I don't. I
started
do not like
this
No.
chapter, I was like, things. Did I just miss something?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
played a sound of you saying no, but I guess you didn't hear it.
Oh, I did not hear it at all.
It's okay.
That was
Go
very
ahead.
upsetting.
Start over. I interrupted
Oh.
you.
I'm so upset.
Yeah,
You play that
that's
one, Michael.
No, go ahead, Anna. Go ahead.
Okay, well, basically, when we started the chapter, just very like so Victoria's been saying this whole time, Master Stranger protocols, and I'm like, that's valid, of course. Obviously, Amy. Yeah, that's a problem, of course. And especially coming out of Shard Space, I think that like we do need to be very much aware of Victoria and her connection with her passenger, and there's some, she's suddenly weirdly more connected, and like, okay, we need to keep an eye on that. That's probably really important. But for her to be suddenly so okay to be on a call with Amy and like to be part of like, what do you mean? What do you mean that you're just gonna hop on a call with Amy? Oh yeah, we'll just work with Amy. And so going into this, I was like scared for Victoria, or scared that we were about to find out that Victoria was like immensely fucked and we just hadn't realized it this whole time. Which, that didn't quite play out that way, but starting out with her being like, yeah, sure, let's get on a call with Amy. I'm like, what do you mean sure? What do you mean sure? And I can only relate it to Supernatural because I am watching it for like the 17th time. Of like, yes, remember Crowley, the demon of hell, the king of hell, the one who killed everyone, literally everyone in front of you, and we're just gonna work with him now? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? We're not Dean Winchester. We're Victoria Dallin, and we hold grudges for longer than that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
So I started off this chapter in a very dark place. Very suspicious place.
Mm.
It does get better though.
Yeah.
It does.
It does
Also-
get better, especially as it becomes clear that Victoria's goal is to try to manipulate Amy and not.
Yes. That
really
gets much
work with her.
better. I feel
Yeah.
much better.
I do feel that though, because it does. This is one of the better chapters in the sense of like narrative tension, where you're like,
Mm-hmm.
we know how stubborn Amy is. We know how
Yes.
hard this is for Victoria. And just this is where the dialogue really clicks, I think. Unlike the Kidwin conversation we talked about before, where there's a lot happening, a lot of story being built, and it's all almost entirely through dialogue or internal monologue. But it really clicks here because there are so many stakes and the tension is really high.
Yeah.
It's more well done here for sure.
Yeah, because you've got everybody in 2 rooms. You've got like not just, and when I mean everybody, I mean like multiple teams in a room, like on their side. You've got the interests of the Shin politicians, Amy's evil villain crew, and Mark. And I feel like there was somebody else over there beside Mark that was like hero adjacent or with.
Mm.
Then on this side, you know, you've got Victoria leading the talking along with the psychologists right there, and you know, her mom and also all of the other wards hanging around, wardens. So like there's so much. The main conversation is just between Amy and Victoria, but they're like having to pause and negotiate and, you know, unmute and remute and pass notes. And you're right, like it's such a tense moment where they have a good primary focus with all of these adjacent interests and ties all around them, and they are essentially negotiating like a, you know, a bombing run.
Yeah. It
Like, and
feels like
even
that.
with that, you've got so many things going on. Not only do you have the worry that like, oh, your monstrosity is going to run into the neutral monstrosity over here, but in doing so, it breaks, you know, and causes the doomsday we're all worried about. So like, there's 3 different things to worry about just with those there, like,
Yeah.
and those are the stakes. So like, oh man. Yeah, Amy has her biological father and her, you know, adoptive father sitting on both sides of her shoulders while that's going on.
Imagining
Mark
like just like Kronk's shoulder angels from my first new crew.
Love them. So Mark is fucked.
Like as in like Amy fucked with him. Fucked.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like, cause he's just I think it was just the way that he talked to her. Last time in that little interlude bit. Like just that he's so like okay with her. Either that or he's a really good fucking liar. And I can't tell because I don't know enough about him. But I don't think Depresso Espresso Marky Boy is that good of a liar. Being around Amy all the time. And like even the whole thing of like, no, touch me. I'm not lying. I'm being honest. Like,
No, this feels like how he like when they got there and they were like, oh, how's Amy doing? And they both were like, are there cameras on? And we're like, no. And they're like, she's fucking terrible.
Right.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
even her
Just
mom
surviving.
was
That
like,
moment.
"Oh, you know, things are okay here. Okay, how are they really? Oh my God, Amy's in such a worse place. I did not realize. You were totally right. What the fuck?"
Yeah. I think that may be more what it is, right? Because all the Shin government is there.
Yeah. Also, we forgot about the
And
Machine
Oh
Army.
yeah.
the Machine
Only reason
Army's
they're sending
finally.
it in the
Oh,
first place is to
Hey,
stop
look
the
who's
Machine
back.
Army. So there's a
Hang
fourth
on, hang
thing
on.
involved.
You know what I will say? You know what I will say though, to contradict Fran a little bit, they are negotiating against the Machine Army, but from the way it sounds more like Amy is saying, "You guys have held the line against the Machine Army, but we want to eradicate the Machine Army." And Narwhal's like, "Whoa, hang on. Like, do we? Do you just want to send this all-powerful giant you threw into this army that we know can assimilate creatures into it? Like, it doesn't sound like the Machine Army's doing much yet. I just want to say, I don't want to get too excited. Basically, is all I'm saying.
I'm
It
also
sounds
not
like they've
convinced
been
until we get
perpetually.
a fight. A big
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah,
It sounds
They're
like
not
we've been
there.
perpetually nuking the Machine Army back. Also, they're like,
exactly.
yeah, when you nuke them, they hide in essentially spatial density, and then they can, like seeds, they can reemerge after a good, glassing. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so okay, so who are the giants that are active right now, right? We have the Gaborum Knight, which is the Chevalier giant.
mhm.
We have the Mother of Mothers, which is the nursery giant, right?
I
yeah.
believe is the
Think so.
nursery one.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
And then there's a
Yeah.
Mama Mathers one as well.
There is a Mama Mathers
Yep.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then there's also a
Oof.
goddess one,
Yeah.
which is one that we didn't think we'd let the. Yeah, I did not remember thinking Shin would be okay with that.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that seems like a weird choice for Shen to be okay with.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? I guess who knows? Maybe Amy's touched all of them. Who knows?
Well,
what's
there's
happening.
also that talk about, I think it was Teacher, and they even mentioned it in here that like Teacher had done the thing where he'd exposed everybody in Shin to Mama Mathers at one point in time through
Mm-hmm.
like the mass media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He brought her
interesting.
over.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Basically got her on
Interesting.
on camera for, a press event that everybody's seen, and she was just in the background, and that's all it takes.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
can observe
exactly.
all of them.
What a crazy power. Yeah. Also don't want to miss. Fran said, Wildbow has this underrated ability to make the most infuriating guy ever, which would be Eric in this chapter as well, I believe, who is meant to keep an eye on Victoria and ask her some questions.
Yeah, he's last chapter, I believe.
And
Fran,
maybe
you know
last
how
chapter.
Goddess got how Amy got the Goddess DNA. You know,
Woof.
Oof.
between Chris's teeth when he ripped her fucking head off.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was gonna say, I mean, listen, if she's got a Victoria patch, maybe she's got patches for all her exes,
That's
Just like
disgusting.
little bits of,
That's
That's so
like Mary
gross.
Shelley
somehow
kept Percy's
worse.
heart in her coat,
Yeah.
It's like
Wish she's
you
got like a
know.
merit badge. Just
Oh
merit
no!
Her demerit
I
badges.
hate it. Oh my god. Jeez.
Yes, Jacob.
I made myself throw up. That's gross.
Fabulous. The mind is truly a fabulous thing.
But yeah, so
Certainly.
it's just the 4 giants
Mhm.
at the moment
So far,
so far, but they're like
they have a
we
lot
can-
more in the wings.
yeah.
They said, I think, right?
can ramp them up.
Yeah, something about
It's a
like we could have
rough 4 to start
10 by
with.
next week or something, 15 by the end of the month or something. I forget.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, which sound. I love that we get into like bringing people back from the dead, and I will go back to we are doing all of the things. Like bringing people back from the dead is just another extension of all the stuff that is going back on right now. So you
Mhm.
have the shards brought back essentially given over time a human form from shadow to actual physical form, and they drag the memories with them. You have physical creatures grown around shards, like essentially, which is our Gaborum Knight and all of the monsters that Amy and Chris are creating. You have, I mean, you have some people who are just, like Victoria, who are just getting more in touch with their shard, which we'll talk about in a second. And let's see, what else do we have in terms of, I mean, because yeah, the monster things feel kind of like you take Mr. Hugs and you put him in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
Yeah.
then also the Chronos Titan.
Yeah, the
Can't
Dauntless
forget
Titan,
about him.
which has not done anything and yet appears now
Well,
is moving. Hasn't done anything yet up to this point that we know of.
Okay, I was gonna say did it up until this point, but
has
now it
remained non-moving for
Yeah.
so very long.
yeah, with the
Until-
Yeah.
Simurgh sitting, on his shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
Oh,
do
yeah.
love the note of like all of the cameras are posed to look at the Dauntless Titan so that the Simurgh is obscured, right? Like you can see,
Yeah.
because similar to Mama Mathers, just looking at her can kind of screw you up.
Mhm.
So, clever mention there. I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's messy. One of the moments I really liked though is I feel like Victoria finally got to say something. And she was just like, Amy, shut the fuck up. Stop arguing with me and just listen to me for one goddamn second, you
Yeah.
bitch. It's just
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
like,
I'm
all right,
trying
Victoria.
to pretend to help you, and you can't even let me do that, you goddamn bitch.
It's such a good moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
clocks
Boy.
like she sends a little note to Narwhal, where she's like she's high, not like on drugs, just on her own supply. She's just like
Yeah.
she's just so
Mhm.
full of herself right now. Use that. You can manipulate the shit out of her.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
I love
thank
it.
you.
I think that note even comes around to the to the therapist, and they're just like, I mean, just gotta
It is
get the
weird.
thumbs up from the corner.
Yeah.
It's an interesting position because obviously as the audience we know how much of a psychopath Amy is, and like
Yeah.
Victoria knows, and a handful of other people know. But I think I forget who it is who kind of like not defends Amy but gives her like the, well, she was, helpful when we had the crisis, and they've been
Probably
cooperative.
Eric.
It's Eric.
It is Eric, yeah, okay. It's
Yeah.
Eric later.
That bitch.
But yeah, but like I realized I was like, oh, I guess that is kind of probably the default right now. It's like, yeah, we're not going to trust her, but I mean, they've been nice to us. It's kind of Victoria has so much work to do to convince everybody
Oh my
that
god.
she's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw the comparison with that, because I think you're right. Like if you're an average PRT warden person, what do you
Mhm.
know? That she was working there. She was kind of double checking the work for the two villains in the basement. So she was more of a warden, on your side, and then she just happened to take all the villains and go over to this other world where she has, set up this whatever she's got going on there, which also seems weird but sort of beneficial for everybody. So you're like, okay, like you don't know what she does, and she used to be a hero before that, so you're just like, the world ended, things are rough out there. I'm sure she's doing what she thinks is right. You don't know that she's personally a nut job.
Mhm.
But I wanted to draw the comparison between her and Griffith again from Berserk, because the more I thought about it, they're like top two villains of all time. And I realize it's because they have a lot in freaking common. And it brings up a big dilemma that we see with both of them. At one point in time, way later in Berserk, spoilers, after all of the terrible stuff that Griffith has done, they catch up with him, and they find that he is the leader in what is essentially a utopia he has created. It's called like Falcon or Hawkland or something like that. And it becomes frustrating for them because the people, they don't want to break the veneer of this utopia by saying that their leader is just has committed personally to them some of the worst things you can do as a human being. Because in this entire town or city, he's made it a safe haven and they're thriving, and everybody probably wouldn't do so well without him. On the same hand, you have Amy, whose power is to help people, and right now she's doing something that possibly could be extremely beneficial to everybody involved. But on a personal level, how do you go, like, as Victoria, like, say, like, okay, I know that she's doing stuff that is benefiting everybody a lot of the time, but you have to know that she's the devil. Like,
Yeah.
and that's such a hard ooh.
And ultimately that you can't trust her motivations too, because I think that motivation is such a internal thing that you don't necessarily see with people. So you can see somebody's actions and not necessarily see their internal motivation or like what drives them. And then like obviously the goal would be that your internal motivations are like, well, you want to help people and you want to, you know, be a contribution to your community and you know, as opposed to I'm doing this, you know, for fame and for glory. And it's like this question of like, well, does it matter if the end result is that you're saving the planet again from, or not the planet, but the multiverse, whatever, from yet another problem that has arisen because of powers and because of things. And it's like, well, it might seem like it's fine, like she's helping, but the problem is that Amy's motivation is so warped, and like Amy herself is so fucked that like it didn't take Carol and Mark long spending time with her to be like, oh, she is deeply unwell, and someone that unwell should not be in such a large position of power. And it's interesting. There's a part I can't quite remember when Amy's like talking about like all the good that they can do, and she's like, and she says my colleague. She doesn't say lab rat because that would put her in a bad light. She says my colleague, and I do have oversight. I have my colleague, and I have Mark is here, and I have, you know, fucking biological dad. What the fuck is his name?
Marquis.
Marquis?
Not Mark.
No,
Marquis. Yes, sorry. Yes, Marquis. I'm like Mark.
Mark and Marquis.
I thought you said
Mark
Marquis,
and
like Marky Mark. Like no, but it's Mark and Marquis.
It's Mark.
Yeah.
It's Marky and Mark, you know.
Yeah.
That's why Jacob calls him
she's
Marquis.
like, I have
now we
these
know.
people. Marquis.
Exactly.
But she's like, I have these people here, like it's fine, and the government, you know, whatever, and it's look at all the good we've done. It's like, okay, but if you know the truth about Amy and about her mental status and like what lines she's willing to cross because of what she's convinced herself, then how okay are you letting her lead the charge like this? And if you knew, you'd be like, yeah, no, she doesn't need to be in charge. But nobody knows because they just don't know, or they don't believe Victoria because they believe Victoria has a bias against Amy, which of course she does, obviously, but
yeah,
she, you know, rightly biased. But yeah, I that feeling of like, okay, well, even if Amy's making bad, you know, doing things for the wrong reasons, like, should she be allowed to help? And I think the answer is no. But I mean, not up to me.
Yeah, it's there's a lot to work with here, including in chat. You have Fran reminds us that like she's casually curing cancer every time she shakes hands with somebody,
Right.
Right.
which is I guess a good thing. And to be fair, I at the end of the day, outside of a personal person-to-person thing, I don't care what somebody's motivations for something is. It is the result. Because that's politics. The perfect politic is getting everybody's selfish motivation in line with the common good. Like, doesn't matter the reason, as long as we're all doing the good thing that helps everybody. You can have your different motivations. Everybody's probably going to have their different motivations, whether that it's avoiding the punishment of the law or the benefits that they see in society, or just being a nice person, or maybe helping their immediate community or family or something. Bernard also points out, it sounds a lot like the problem with Victor Von Doom. How does the country, Latveria, that he governs, do the citizens there know he's the devil, even though that country is doing really well and he's the reason for it?
Right.
I think in
he's
that case,
fine while he's
particularly,
there.
they actually do know that he's kind of a mad scientist guy, and they're like,
Yeah,
but also our lives are great, so like
yeah. They're
we're not going
great,
to complain.
and he just acts like an insane person outside of the country, basically.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
like, listen, my president could, if I had free healthcare and universal basic income, my president could try to take over the world all he wanted. You know?
Pretty simple.
No comment to that.
I'm here for it.
We've got also Fran pointing out that like Eric is a centrist. He's like, I'd just like to know
Yeah.
Amy's side of the story, hear everybody. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Technically,
man.
Yeah, I was wrong. That isn't 17.6 because he gets a shout out in the summary, as well as Jessica talking about strangling Bonesaw. We kind of jumped the gun on both of those, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Eric is the worst, and he is an absolute centrist. Which the joke about centrism, right, is like a centrist is just a person who leans towards the right but doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah. It's
And
a
that's
cowardly
that's exactly what Amy,
right-leaning
or what
person.
Eric is like. Yeah. 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 I don't know. There's not much more to say except Amy's the worst, as usual.
Continues to be.
God.
But hey, at least Victoria got through to her a little.
You
A
know,
smidge.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
somehow. Shall we discuss 17.6?
Yeah, let's do it.
17.6. Let's
Yeah,
finish this night
baby.
off with a bang.
With a bang!
Just
No, quietly. It's quietly, Alan. It's quietly and tenderly. No.
Anyways, 17.6. Chevalier stops Dauntless's advance. Eric questions Victoria, who gives her perspective on her teammates. Jessica recounts her time away. Victoria gets benched, but has a one-night stand with Annalise.
Hopefully not.
Hey,
Who says it has to be a one-night stand?
it's
I
not
mean, all
Moose, but I'll
nights
take it,
are
you know?
composed
He's my
of one
second,
night.
so, you know?
Wait, I feel like both of those things that were just said were very important, and I need you to each repeat them but separately, please.
Jacob, you first.
All I said was all nights are composed of one night.
I just said it's no Moose, but I'll take it. Annalise is a solid second pick.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
I love how confident Annalise is at first when she's like, I know you've been giving hints, and he's like, yeah, blatantly giving hints. And then as soon as she's like, all right, I'm interested, he just crumbles. He's like, I mean, are you sure? Yeah, okay. Like, it's
so
just
sweet.
it's great.
He's so great.
I love him so much. gosh, it's such a cutie. And I love that he's like, we need to talk about this. And she's like, we don't need to talk about this. And he's like, no,
He's
no,
like,
no. We do actually. We
I'd
actually
like
do
to
need
know
to talk about this.
boundaries.
Boundaries are important. Like, bless this man for not being like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
fuck. Like, he's
Oh.
like, no, no, no. Let's just real quick. We'll run through the boundaries. Just real quick. I promise we'll be fast.
Mhm.
Like, bless
Man
this
after
man.
my own heart.
I kept thinking of during the boundaries bit. You'll see the Brooklyn Nine-Nine meme, right? With the crazy cop Pimento.
Yes.
Where he's like, all right, here's the ground rules. You can kick me, punch me, pull my hair.
Yeah.
You know, I forget what the whole bit is. I
Wait,
was like,
hold
is
on.
anything off the
Hold on.
table?
I used to know it. Oh God. Damn, I'm actually really pissed off that I don't remember it.
I just let
You
ends
can-
with like, oh, there's something really freaky you want to try, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
Oh, yeah. Here are the ground rules. Wait, what? You can punch me, kick me, pull my hair. I am A-okay being stabbed. Biting and scratching are on the table. You can use fire. These are the ground rules. Is there anything that's off limits? Damn, man. You got something real sick you want to do, huh? Ha, little pervert. All right, I like it. It's
Which is
phenomenal.
where that one soundbite I have comes from. Oh, you little pervert.
So good. Oh, good.
Uh,
Oh, I love it.
well, speaking of little perverts, let's just start this off by talking about Eric.
Ah!
Eric. What a
Like,
weirdie.
I'll say in his defense, he was fucked from the get-go in Victoria's mind because she was not putting up with double names, especially since, you know, having lost Eric and being reunited with a bunch of other people. She was like, yeah, not a real Eric. I'll tell you that right now. So I don't think there's any way this could have gone well for him, but he continued to dig a grave.
He really did.
Mm-hmm.
He did not do well for himself. For sure. Yeah. What a bitch.
Yeah. That's it. My note says, and he's a bitch. That's it.
Yeah.
Did we? He had a power, right? He had like a thinker power or something.
No,
Or was he just no?
He's
Okay.
just
No,
a
he's a
staff guy.
normie. He's
just a
just a
normie?
fucking normie.
He was
just
he
kind
was
of
like, I was
assumed
an
it.
intern with the PRT for a while, and now I'm
Yeah.
just helping
pretty
out where I
big
can.
deal. Yeah, I've been
He's like-
Cineral's assistant. I get her I
Alan,
know her coffee order.
Yeah, Alan, I feel like this might be true. But and tell me if this is true. I feel like I heard about this trope. It's a military trope of like the officer who hasn't seen a day of like real boot camp, who like went to school and gets like hired as an officer in the military, and just the people under him have like no respect for him because it's like you were in a comfortable seat for a long time, and you just you got this job, but you like none of us respect you. You didn't earn it, kind of thing.
There's a name
I don't know if
for
that was a real
it.
thing, but
No, it is. It's more so in like there's a character I'm thinking of in Band of Brothers that when he becomes a colonel, he has a guy that essentially just hands him paperwork all day for Colonel Winters, and like is giving him or Major Winters at that time, and he's like handing him paperwork all the time. And that would be your like Steve Rogers before he got powers, where he probably
Yeah.
didn't pass Fizz, but they need everybody they can for stuff.
yeah,
So that's what he does, is he just works under there is a word for it. Officer's aide. Yeah, it's an aide.
okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Bitch McGee, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you hear aide in the military, it's somebody who just does paperwork. Like the only fun one is the chaplain's aide, because unlike a chaplain, they're allowed to carry a gun.
Nice.
That's funny.
So you're,
It's a
so
funny
you're
little
like, oh,
detail.
I want to do the Lord's work, but also shoot people. Chaplain's aid.
Jeez. Uh.
Holy Paladin.
Yeah, except they are also it's chaplains, so they're like the worst kind of religious
Yeah,
leader.
well, I didn't say it
like-
was good holiness.
Like cult
It's just,
leaders
you
are
know.
above chaplains. Let's just put it that way.
Oh my god.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's just the worst. The worst.
Oof.
This keeps pushing.
J-Man-
pushing. And like
J-Man says, I remember liking Eric, but I can't confirm because I didn't read 17.6. You must be thinking of somebody else, J-Man, because there's no
Different
way.
Eric,
Yeah.
I assure you.
yeah.
It must be a different Eric. You must be thinking of Chevalier. Chevalier was great in this chapter. I wish we got more of Anime Blade Chevalier, Canon Blade
Yep.
anime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anime
Yep, just Nick just getting so hard for Chevalier in this whole
all,
chapter.
all the time. Every time.
Yeah.
Listen.
Whew.
Nothing.
Yeah. No, he stares at her boobs for too long, which like, okay, you give somebody a little one up, one down. All right. You're looking at him. Okay, fine. You linger on her boobs. You can fucking back off, bitch. And then he just like when she tries to talk to him about shit, he's just like smirk. You can't see the faces I'm making, I realize.
Right.
But yeah, no, Nick is making the perfect faces for the sounds that I'm making. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah. Fuck you, my dude. God damn.
J-Man clarified as a character, not a person. That's valid. He is a great character to hate.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when he
Yeah.
tries to touch Victoria, she
Well, I don't
smacks
think
his
he's-
hand away, but with her power.
Mm.
Oh, that was such a
Oh,
good
yeah.
moment.
Stellar move. And it actually
It's-
scares him a little bit. Like good.
Yeah.
Good.
But
Yeah.
also for her didn't kill him. You know?
Yeah.
We're so
Didn't
proud.
break his fucking arm.
We're so proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was close to her, but the image I had is she's in a cubicle like this, and he's like reaching right here to like point at the screen or something, but it's right by her. So as
Mhm.
soon as she sees it in her peripheral, I love that she's like, I slapped his hand away, but not with my hand. And it took me a second to realize that I hadn't, taken my hands
Love
off
that.
the keyboard or anything.
Love that.
And she was like, I should probably be worried about it, but fuck him.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Worry about that later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think
Yeah.
that those hands could do later?
Alan.
Yeah, that's the noise I was looking for.
No.
I don't think the force field was on. Well, no, she did say she brought protection, so maybe it was on. You never know.
But we know it can't take repeated hits.
No.
There's a joke in there.
No.
Kinky.
I think that is the joke.
There's a couple
Yeah.
good jokes in there.
Ay, ay, ay.
You gotta push through it. You gotta just, bang through the depression.
That's right. If there was a title for this chapter, that's it right
There
there,
you go.
Hannah. Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's funny.
Did you just play another soundbite of me that I couldn't hear?
And
Must
you
have
really
been.
had to turn that soundboard on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably the soundboard muted.
You must
Yeah,
have.
I don't know why.
I
Yeah,
don't know
who
why
knows
either. No, it's not muted.
We'll fix it later.
We'll
It
fix
was a
in
good
post.
one. You'll have to rewatch the episode.
Mhm.
Oh, shame.
Pulling it up on YouTube right now.
Yeah. Didn't get brain damage like Carol. You're right. He got away pretty lucky. But we end the night off like we said, talking to Annalise. What is your Annalise Victoria pickup line? Nothing, really? Not
I'm
even
trying
something about to the hilt.
I was trying. What was her actual pickup line? Was just the I'm also interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was a pickup
Except
It really
there's
wasn't.
some ground rules. First, no talking. Second,
Yeah.
Yep.
no touching.
I touch, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I touch, you don't. You sit there, you shut the fuck up. And he's like, yes, man.
Say no
Those
more.
He's
Fan.
like, I have
preference
one rule.
anyways.
She's like, yeah, that's a lot of talking for something we've already gone over. It's like, can we actually keep it down? I have neighbors. She's like,
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Also, we just gotta
Really, that's on you more than it is me. I'm not going to be making any noise, and you sure as hell better not.
we gotta give it to Annalise too. He was my boy was ready. He was like we know Victoria needed it, but like he was already unbuttoning his shirt. Like
Oh,
as
yeah.
she's talking.
So proud.
See a need, meet a need. That's what I always
So
say.
proud.
Sign of a real hero.
I love that he tries to take his shirt off and she's like, no, I'm taking it off. Like,
Yeah.
alrighty.
Oh
Alrighty.
man. Yeah. Yeah. I do love. I don't know much about Wildbow's personal life, but I feel like he writes awkward sex scenes really well. Like between this one and the Taylor and Gru stuff, where it's like okay, there's a I feel like a knack for making
Highly
it awkward,
realistic.
but not. Yeah, awkward, but not so awkward. It's painful, more realistic, like you
Yeah.
said. It's like oh yeah, this is like.
Very human.
She's like, I haven't done this in a while. I got the supplies, so you don't need to worry about that. Like we're gonna.
We love
It's
a girl
very
who's prepared.
logistical. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
We love a girl who
logistical.
brought her own go bag.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
you
exactly.
got to bring your Tahoe bag. You got to.
Mhm.
This is like, I know for other people this is like, oh, that's really awkward and weird. I'm like, no, this is just how bog standard interact, like one night stand hookups should be. That's just that is the way. This is the pinnacle.
The pinnacle?
Maybe not pinnacle. What's the word? Like the ideal. It's just
The
like
climax,
this is
you
what.
might say.
I think what you were
climax is cool.
trying to say, Nick, is that clearly Wildbow fucks.
Yeah.
Very clear.
The man knows.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know. It.
You know, just
You write what you know.
that
Oh man,
cockbeam crazy.
No.
No.
we have no chance of ever having him on our show, do we?
Yeah,
Not a
he's
chance.
burned that bridge long ago.
Jay on my seat till I go McRae.
Stop! No, I hate it. Okay, for Aldo's sake, I must protest. I must protest.
That's so stupid.
You knocked her out of it.
You go wild on my bow till I worm.
No! Woo! My God, what a fucking disaster.
I'm the greatest.
He was judging you so hard earlier and when
Ugh.
you were talking, and he was just staring at you like, Father, how could you?
Wow.
Oh,
Fran says that there's a scene in another serial where halfway through we find out the person was inside the other the whole time. What?
What? No,
See, the thing is,
no,
standard.
no.
You say that,
No.
Fran, but there's knowing the worm universe and the greater serial universe, that could mean like 4 different things. Are we talking like an echidna situation? Are we like
Right.
Is this? I was gonna say, is this like a Tristan and Byron situation? Like, come on.
Tristan Byron situation? Like being inside of somebody can mean so many things.
In this world,
In the
this is
worm
as you know.
universe.
Yeah. What this is as
I know what you mean.
as nebulous as making a baby.
It's true. It's true.
Usually I don't have to fully age lock our content, but you know, this time I'm gonna have to 18-year-old up this one.
is a bit messy.
Sheesh. Alan, how could you?
Oh,
Once again, it's not our
no.
fault. If these are the chapters he wants to write, I mean, type of content he's gonna get.
I'm just
That's,
reading.
you're not wrong. That's it.
You know.
I'm just sharing how I feel. How I feel is horny.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't a judgment statement. It's just,
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, there's something
no,
about
good.
unlacing Analace. You can unlace my pants, something like that. We'll work on it. We'll fix it in post.
can
We'll fix it, yeah.
unlace. You can unlace
Yeah.
my. Yeah, no, I don't like it. I'd rather.
I want to leave.
You gotta
That's
glory
all
on
right.
that girl.
You can
till
do
she
that at
wrecks
any
us.
point in
I
time.
would like to go.
I would like
We
to go.
can stop.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
I mean, listen.
Podcast over.
It can be broken down into this. I'm so happy that Victoria got laid. So
Yes.
happy. The girl fucking deserves it. After everything, and then finding out that Dean this whole time was Cauldron, and he lied to her about his trigger. Like, motherfucker, what a bitch! And now all of those memories are tainted. Oh god, yeah, no. Go get laid and have a great time. Enjoy yourself, and then do it again tomorrow, and then again the next day. Because Annalise is cool, and I like him a lot, and I want more of him around.
Yeah. I think
That's fair.
Victoria does too.
Yeah. Which you know what that means. By Wild Bow's rules, he did.
No, don't
No,
like
he
it.
don't.
Does
Hate it.
Wild Bow operate in like slasher horror films where like there's some weird puritanism going on where it's like, well, if you have sex, obviously you have to pay for your sins by getting murdered.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Or Amy's just gonna find him and give him like erectile dysfunction or something.
What the fuck?
Did
What the
what
fuck?
with my sister? No.
Limp.
Never again.
Wow.
All right. Well, with that wonderful ending, that happy ending, we have the rest of Arc 17, which means after
Hell
this we
yeah.
only have 3
Oh.
more arcs to go.
Whoa!
yeah.
Holy shit.
It is ramping up.
Right?
Crazy pants right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
weird.
So we are gonna read the rest of Arc 17 in 2 weeks, which is the 22nd.
Yes. Perfect.
Is
What a
it
time.
today? Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody
That's-
say a happy birthday to Jacob in the comments. It's sometime.
Oh wow.
Oh, way to
Gonna
out me
him
like that. Crazy.
There's no, so it's not today.
It's not that day.
Didn't say when.
Just,
True.
sometime.
Just sometime.
Uh,
In the
yep,
area.
Exactly.
But
where's
of
the
course,
sound?
don't forget. Yeah.
Sorry. Wait.
But wait. What?
Wait. Hold.
Holy shit, I'm old.
There we go.
Oh my
There it is.
God, you're so right, Jacob.
Perfect.
All right, I'm gonna be working on in the interim building up that Wormnesia game show.
So
I'd
excited.
like to
I
get
cannot
as
wait for it.
many of our other hosts to compete in that, and if
Yeah.
it goes really well, maybe that's something we invite a couple patrons on for to see. I'll make some new questions and see if we can't
Yeah. man.
test out on us to start our worm knowledge and then move out
Some-
from there.
Community
Yes.
interaction going on
Yeah.
there.
It's gonna be.
That'd be fun.
They're gonna ruin us if they join us because they clearly know more than we do. We can't remember anything.
No. We got to do our own separate thing so that we don't get absolutely roasted.
That's why we have to do one
alive.
just us first. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Well,
do
that's why I
group-
was like, after that, it would just be, patrons against patrons, because obviously we would, or maybe we just
Oh,
have,
okay.
patrons versus like one person, and it's like the "Are you smarter than a podcast?"
Are you?
Are you
smarter?
smarter than a podcast?
That's not a high bar.
The bar is
that's not a
in
high
the
bar.
ground.
Or this is one of those things where maybe it's like we have it, we do it live, and one of the options is you're not allowed to look at it, but you can phone the chat.
Right.
Um,
Isn't that how?
Oh.
Isn't that how?
That's
Are you
funny.
smarter than a fifth grader worked?
love
Where you were paired up with one fifth grader and they could like help
could
you.
cheat off of their-
We could do
I
that
don't
with the
think it was
chat.
exclusively one. I think it changed around. I felt
Oh,
like,
either
but
way. Yes.
yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll work with one of those. We could work. We could work.
Give
with
us
those,
your
figure it out.
thoughts in the Discord.
Yeah, yeah. Give us your thoughts in the Patreon content. I'm gonna be working with like a Jeopardy style for now. Maybe with some buzzers, but we're gonna see what systems are out there.
Excited.
More than just Kahoot, maybe. So
I did
try that
see
out.
the original system with which inspired Alan to then create this, and it's very freaking cool. And Alan, if you make it anything like the one that we were watching, the Warhammer one, that was freaking cool. So I'm very excited to get all of them wrong. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Because as we know, the Wormnesia is strong with this one.
Yeah, Beefaroni, the brilliance of it is the difficulty would go up for the more points. So maybe what year did Behemoth attack? First attack would be a question. We'll see. I've got some ideas. But all that being said, let's go over to nobody had bingos. I didn't have any bingos.
No
this night.
bangos?
Ones
No
we did
bango
get.
rangos?
Ones we got, we're having a smidge of respect for Carol. Michael has to reel them in. A big yawn. Someone jokes about Carol's condition. Nick goes full teacher/parent. Alan rants. Cat on screen. Fuck Eric. And Jessica disappointment. What we did not get was that they go past 10:30 p.m. EST. Jacob is a cinephile.
yeah.
Someone forgets who Dauntless is. Hannah cries. Narwhal disappointment. Milk. And chat can get Nick to say Kaiser.
Amazing.
Not this time.
Not
They
this
didn't
Not
time.
try,
this
I don't
Uh,
think. That's
No,
I
they
would-
did not.
I
They
would
tried
almost
last week
give-
at the end.
I would almost give Jacob goes full cinephile because I did throw the deconstruction question at him.
Yeah,
That was
that
close.
is
I
true.
very much appreciate
Still
it.
doesn't get me a
Need
bingo.
more of
literary-
those kinds of questions
Still
for
doesn't
Jacob.
get me a bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
So, that being said, don't forget to join our Patreon for all that fun content. And Jacob, or not Jacob, oh my gosh, Michael, do you have
Time
a
tonight.
song for us?
Sure.
Join the Patreon, please come on and join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come support us and join the Patreon. Please help us and join the Patreon. We have fun, join the Patreon. It's great, yeah, join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come on, come on.
Hello, Princess. I noticed you haven't joined the Patreon. Daddy's not happy.
All right, we will see you on the 22nd. Right? Yep, 22nd for the
Yep,
rest
22nd.
of Arc 17.
Woo,
Chat us
Thanks
up
for joining us
in-
tonight.
Yep, talk to us in the Discord about our Patreon ideas, and thanks so much for joining.